San Antonio, Texas. Please make it loud for Josh Johnson!
If I'm truly being honest with y'all, one thing I've not been able to stop thinking about is the tariffs. It's like is all I can think about, because all I read about, because it seemed like everybody is like, oh, this is bad. I know people who do not watch the news at all that are like, why is everything red? Did everybody change logos or something? Every time I turn on TV, everything red. What is that? My TV bleeding, something going on. No, in case you have not been aware, in case you're trying to protect yourself and go about your day, there's been a bit of a trade war going on. The wildest thing about a trade war is that you are allowed to, like, okay. I was trying to put this in perspective. Okay, you know how when you were like on the playground and, you know, somebody would be like, my dad can beat up your dad. And you were like, oh, you think your dad can beat up my dad? It's like, yeah, I think my dad can beat up your dad. And then, you know, kid one over here is like, yeah, well, my dad goes to CrossFit. And, you know, kid two is like, yeah, well, my dad has been to jail. Sort of the CrossFit of life. So I bet you my dad can beat up your dad. And then, you know, other kid, CrossFit kid, dad is like, you know, my dad, he has swords. He has swords, so you can try to beat him up, but he'll chop your dad up. And then kid two is like, well, my dad has guns. That's actually why he had to go to the CrossFit of life. It's because he has lots of those. A couple swords too, but he prefers to bring the guns when he has issues. And then, you know, CrossFit, sword, dad, kid. It's like, yeah, well, my dad is 6'5", so he could definitely beat up your dad. And then, you know, gun, jail. Kid is like, oh, my dad is 5'2", so he has quite a chip on his shoulder. So your dad will be dying, all right? And that's kind of what a trade war is like. You know what I mean? It's like nothing has to happen in the moment, but it is a lot of being behind the desk like, I bet you my economy can beat up your economy. And yeah, we know that Trump loves tariffs because even in his first term, he had a lot of tariffs on China for steel and everything. And he campaigned on tariffs and what he thought tariffs would do, at least what he says that they'll do for the U.S. economy in the long run. And so we know that he is serious about the tariffs. I think there were definitely some people that thought that he wasn't serious about the tariffs, and that was a mistake because he was very serious about the tariffs. He was so serious about the tariffs that apparently, now look, I'm gonna do my best here. I am both paraphrasing for the sake of brevity and going off of things that I've read and things that I've been told, and I am not an economist. So I'll do my best job, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna be wrong, okay? But I'm gonna be as close to right as possible on purpose. But apparently this man loves tariffs so much that right when he took office, there were economists, conservative Trump voting Republican economists who, while leaning right, still understand the economy. They still, that's not a dig. I'm saying that the two things can exist together. I'm saying that understand the economy and they vote the way they vote, but they know the numbers, is what I'm saying. Because I'm not an economist. They understand the economists, kind of. So they immediately went to work coming up with tariff plans so that way, whenever Trump wanted to enact his tariffs, they would have the numbers ready, right? And so they did all the math and they did all the going back and forth and did all the figuring out that could be figured. You know, and then they went to Trump, and he wasn't happy with the plan apparently, because in order to enact the tariffs the way that he wants, the numbers, a lot of them at least, were quite small. So then Trump, paraphrasing, but he was like, what is this 1.7? What is this 2.8, these 2.3, this 0.8? No, we need big numbers. We need to impress the people. You gonna send me out there and embarrass me in front of America? I need big numbers. Get me some big numbers, which apparently is why when he walked out with that poster board, you know that... You saw the board. You know that board that... You saw that poster board. It looked like homework, right? Like that poster board. Yeah, poster board out, and he was going down the line, right? He was going down and just naming places like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, little bit of jelly donut, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, a little bit of chicken grease. That was not 100, that was a 10, 10, 10, 10, 94. You know, because he hit the world with 10% tariffs. If you were anywhere on earth, you could get this 10. Please don't think you can't get this 10 just because you uninhabited. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Please believe me when I tell you. Anybody can get it. All right? You think you cute because you just got some little aminals on your little island? You still getting it. All right? We don't care. This is America. We do what we do when we feel like it. 10, 10, 10, 34, 10, 10, 10, 10, 78, 10, 10, 10. And it was perplexing. The economists didn't understand it. Top Republicans didn't understand it. Even the people that were in support of Trump and his tariffs couldn't tell you that they really understood it. No one really understood it because there wasn't too much to understand. Everybody who does numbers was like, ooh, this is not numbers. This is not the numbers that I thought it was when I thought we. They were on like CNBC, basically any money channel, any money news channel, when these tariffs went out, they were on there cursing live. They were like, fine us, we don't care, we're all gonna die. You think I care about $10,000? I'll throw you another couple. The dude who does the bleeps must have had money in the market because he was gone. They were up there cursing live. I couldn't believe it. Normally, you'd even see the blurry mouth. I saw them enunciate the swear words. I was like, okay. This might be bad then. If the people who do money all day are upset and they looking at the red and everything look upside down on the graphs, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go up like this. Yeah, I mean, you getting a little low. Dow Jones was not playing. That Dow Jones was like, hey, I'm dead, y'all. No. Yeah, that S&P 500 was down to 5. It was bad. It's like these were rough moments we were in, and nobody really understood why. We lost $3 trillion of value in the market in a day. People were showing me pictures of the stock market and the S&P and the Dow, and then their portfolio, and I was like, man, we got to pick a different color, because that much red ain't good for your eyes. But yeah, apparently, there were economists that tried to figure out something that would do what Trump said they wanted to do, but he was like, no, I need to go out to the people and really make a statement, and I need to make a statement for the other nations so they take this thing seriously. So, 10, give me some 34s, give me some 55s, I'll take anything, just bring it all to me. And they were like, sir, that isn't math. That may not work, but Trump was so dead set on going to other countries like, you get a tariff, you get a tariff, you get a tariff, like an opposite Oprah, like a reverse Oprah. You get a tariff, you cry and take that tariff, right? And now this part, I hope, is not true. I'm repeating it because I've read it like in 5 different places. It's been told to me 3 different times, but apparently he sort of sent away the plan that the actual economist wrote up, and then he asked someone else to draw up a plan that would do the tariffs truly bigly, right? Like we really making a statement. And in doing that, they did, apparently, I don't want this to be true because it means we're all doomed, but apparently they did ask ChatGPT what to do with which I don't know. I feel like even when they typed that in to ChatGPT, Chat was like, you sure, dog? Which is a fitting bit of irony, though. It is kind of funny to me that like ChatGPT wrote up a formula that was then applied that then tanked the stock of the company that owns ChatGPT. Like it's a beautiful little closed loop. But ChatGPT went ahead and did its thing. They asked him, hey, how can we tariff the whole world and not have everybody die? And ChatGPT was like, I don't know about the die part, but I will get you a little formula real quick. And it went vrrr, and then it dropped this formula, and that's the same formula that they've been showing. Now this formula, it does have all the components of like a math equation. It's got the parentheses in there, it's got some X and some Y, has a little cursive, it has that little squiggly thing for when you divide it, I think. It has everything that you've ever like looked at a meme about confusion that was coming at you, it's in there. It's all that stuff. All that beautiful mind drawing stuff is what's in the thing. It's got some tops, it's got some bottoms. It's got some other like little symbols rubbing together and everything. But apparently, when plugging in any type of numbers into this equation, they still got the math wrong. So no matter if this thing came from ChatGPT or if it came from some mathematic genius, when applied, it was still applied wrong because the tariffs more went towards the tariff amounts more went to trying to reciprocate the amount of money with countries that we had a deficit with than the actual like reciprocal tariff, if that makes sense. Like we applied that thing as if, oh, they're just tariffing us this much, so we're gonna tariff them the same amount. But rather than actually doing that, we were like, here is some math just to make everybody confused real quick, and then we'll actually go ahead and slap a tariff on them for their deficit or for their surplus, which also does not make any sense because then we're both punishing people who buy a lot from us and punishing the people we sell to off the things that we sold them to make things for us, right? So it's basically like being in a bad marriage where like it's like being in a bad marriage where it's like, well, I don't know why you hate me. You married me. Like, I don't know. I'm just over here being your husband. I don't really get why you so mad at me right now. Ooh, you hate me, but you married me. Anyway. And so that is partially where we landed, which is distressing. That first day, these tariffs get applied, the markets react and everything, and $3 trillion of value is just gone, sort of wiped out in the moment. And then the next day, it was worse, because the next day they were like, oh, we still doing it? Because we can get redder. We can get, oh, we haven't even broke out all the red in the crayon box yet. We can keep getting red. And then there was like another $6 trillion loss, like over time. But like we were at $6 trillion, I think, by like that Friday at 4 p.m. or something. And then we lost money over the weekend, which I didn't even think was possible. I thought the whole point of the market closing was to close. Don't keep counting. That doesn't feel fair to me, to keep counting even though we closed and now I owe more than I owed before. That's not fair at all. But then when Japan opened up and Japan was plunging about 8% on their market, and then our futures were also our futures, you know the future, you know the thing you're supposed to look forward to, that was also looking bleak for us. And then our market opened and the market was like, no, we still dying, dog. I'm not pretending. I'm not gonna pretend to know math. You know what I mean? I've met math. I've been affected by math, for sure. Math rules everything around me, yes. But when I tell you that the reason I don't want to hold like public office, I don't want to do any of that stuff, is because I don't want my math to affect anybody else, because I'm bad at it. I'm bad at math. The only time that my math affects other people's lives is when it's my turn to pay at dinner. And that is a bummer for everyone. That is, you can feel it. Okay. When it's my turn to pay for the check and I'm trying to, in my head, out loud, figure out the tip to then add I gotta divide to do the tip, and then I gotta add the number I just divided and then put that together and put that on the total on the merchant copy, all right? We're all up to speed. We've all been to a restaurant. But watching me do that it instantly feels like when the teacher would make you read in class, but you knew a big word was coming up. You had been trying to sound out this word while the teacher was talking about some other stuff because you had already counted the paragraphs. The teacher making everybody go one paragraph for paragraph for paragraph, and you like, okay, I'm sitting here, which means I'm 8 paragraphs away. That's my word. Oh no! And so then you trying to sound out the word in your head, but you can't sound out in your head. So you're like, maybe I'm not even sounding out right now because my head is quiet. And then they get to you and it's your turn to read, and you're like reading all good, killing it. You even sounding out the commas. You know what I mean? You see that comma and you go, pause. And then you finally hit that big word and you like, all right. Are you old enough now you don't want to sound like you sounded out because everybody will think you can't read even though you read half the paragraph with no problem? You did mic drops on those periods. Anytime there was a period in a sentence, you were like, this good textbook right here. Yeah, what do y'all know about this English lesson, this Chaucer, okay? And then you finally get to the word and you're like, that's a cough. That was a cough. That wasn't even me reading just now. That's and the teacher goes, scrumptious. I was getting to it. Oh. I was getting to it. I was just trying to enjoy the word. I was trying to chew on the word. You the one getting all impatient and stuff. You trying to teach us patience. You're not even patient. That's me. Like, at least the closest I come to ruining everybody's life with math is when it's my turn to pay at dinner and I'm trying to factor out loud the tip and I'm hearing me try to do math in my head, hearing a grown man say carry the is not gonna inspire confidence in my abilities, right? If I'm sitting there with the, okay, and then you got the two right there, all right? Anytime I gotta do math without a calculator or a pencil, it's a whole conversation. I'm literally sitting there like, all right, so, I'm gonna do 25% because she was killing it, all right? So 25%, that's even better because it's also a quarter. Now I just gotta break this down into 4 parts and then put that line there, right? So now all I gotta do is get you to be still, be still, be still, be still. Stop it. I'm telling a 6 to stop it out loud at the table. Stop moving, all right? So now we gonna carry the 3, and if that 6 will be still, I think we at 9. No, that's up. That's not even division. That's more. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna put a 4 here, and that 4 gonna slide up and trip that 5. Gonna kick the legs up under that 5. And then that's a 1. Why couldn't this be an even number? Why couldn't somebody just order the guacamole like I said? That would have got us closer. Okay, so 7 and 3, that's 10 anyway. So that's 10. So now we know we're gonna have a 2 in there. I know y'all want to go. All right? Get in the car then. Get in the car. I'll follow. Yo. And then I get embarrassed. And so I just write the total twice. And then I'm like, at least if I tip 100%, nobody could be mad at me. But then I'm sitting there like, can I really afford this? Because then I got to get in the car and do the math in my head of my account. I'm like, all right, so we eating on Sunday, all right? Tomorrow is a business day. It's not going to go through till tomorrow. So if I add a 20 to the account, ooh, I'm overdrafting hard. Oh, I don't know what the number is, but I know that fee gonna hit. We're in a bad way. One of the biggest problems that I think is facing Americans and the country is that we don't have a sort of cohesive identity of care for each other. So, for instance, something could happen to a large swath of Americans, and there'd be other Americans that are like, all right, good, I don't care, whatever. And I'm not saying any country is perfect, and I know that some of the countries I'm mentioning have at least a little bit of a homogeny to them and everything, but whether you're Portuguese, you're Spanish, you're Italian, you're Brazilian, you're Mexican, when something happens and it happens to your countrymen, you see it as happening to your countrymen because they're all in a country together. They're all like in this thing together. I'm not saying there's not poor and rich and they don't have some of the same problems that we have. I'm not saying that factions haven't split people more than ever before, especially with the internet. I'm just saying that like they can look at a person they don't know and be like, that is my countryman, right? And we haven't had something like that for a long time. There are whole parts of the country that if you put them in a room together, we assume they would fight. We assume that it would come to blows almost immediately, just off of like, hey, do you want to pass the salt? Like just like not even a political thing, just it would just happen eventually, you know? And I thought that the connective tissue that we had as a country, what put us together cohesively, was at least like capital. I thought it was at least money. I thought that money would be at least the one thing that made us go, all right, we should all stop and figure this thing out right now. If it's not money, I don't know what it is. Like visiting another country and seeing it doesn't have to be this way is crazy. I'm surprised that's what we're not allowed to do. I'm surprised we're allowed to still travel. Because if you go anywhere else on like planet Earth, and I'm not talking about every place, I'm just saying, there are places that you look around and you'll be like, y'all don't just punch people in the face for being broke? Y'all don't just... Wow, all right, crazy. Going to another country that's like functioning and seeing how they operate is like going to a functional family's house for dinner. Like, it's just, you're just sitting there astonished. You're like, everybody here? Everybody sitting at the table together? All right. Got mom, got dad, got kids, and invited me over as a guest, and y'all just all smiling. As the dad, you're just sitting there. You're sitting there asking your kids about their day. Their day at school. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You should be abandoning all of them right now. You should be abandoning all of them. You should be going to Vegas and putting it all on black, and then you win. You actually win. You doubled your net worth in a day, and then you put it all on red because you had a feeling, and then you lost it all, and then you're sitting in this casino's cafeteria where there's very nice food, but somehow it's still like a disgusting cafeteria, and you've got these crab legs and these lobster tails in front of you, but you're wondering what you're going to do after tonight because there's nowhere to go because you left home. That's what you should be doing. Not asking your kids, how was school? Like, it's... And then the mom sitting here. Mom sitting here, help dad cook the meal. They cooked it together as a family unit. You know, they didn't just fall into general norms. You know, they figured out that he bakes good and she makes great chicken. So she made the chicken, he baked some bread and everything. And it's all on the table together. They're watching their children eat it for the nourishment of their bodies. Food that they bought through the work that they do. They both work jobs. You have to be a 2-income household now. It can't just be one person working. And so they worked really hard and they bought that food and they cooked that food to the best of their ability. And now it's going to feed their children and give them good nourishment for their bodies. And they don't resent those kids at all. And that's crazy. Like, why aren't you looking at these kids like they ruined everything? Why aren't you telling them what you did before they were born? Like as a dad, you should be telling them, I used to dunk. All right? I used to have a sick vertical. And then, you know, you came along and I was trying to put your car seat in the car and close the door too fast and slam my knee. I'll never jump again, but enjoy your baked goods. Like, that's the type of dad that you should be. Just over here smiling at them, watching them enjoy your bread. Oh, Dad, it's so good. And as the mom, you're over here working a job, cooking as well, and not resenting anyone here. You did a great job cooking. Rosemary chicken, it's delicious. Succulent, not dry at all. How'd you manage that? How'd you manage not to dry it out? The rosemary's perfectly on there, and you shouldn't be here. You should be cheating. You should be cheating to give your kids something to fight against, okay? You want to make your kid a star athlete, you go out there right now and you cheat. You break up this family so that the only solace they can find is baseball, and then they just hit dinger after dinger every game because they're hitting their trauma. And then one day a scout from a good college, a college they couldn't possibly afford because it's not a 2-income household anymore. One of those colleges comes to scout this kid, and they're like, man, that kid's got talent. And we have to get him on this school's team, full ride. He goes from that full ride to AAA minor into the majors. And then one day, they're interviewing him at the end of a game where he's hit the dinger that won them the World Series. And he's like, hey, I don't know where, I'm sorry, I'm getting so emotional. I don't know where, like, my mom and dad are, but just know that I love you and I hope you're watching. And I did this for you, okay? I did this for you. I love you so much. You should be doing that instead of just helping them with their homework. And the kids are like sitting there, well behaved, which is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're not hitting each other at all. They're not trying to put a fork in the other's temple at all. They're just sitting there enjoying like mom and dad's cooking and everything, laughing at each other's jokes. Hey, I have a joke. Everyone cares. Like it's insane. You're sitting at a table as a family in America. This should not be happening, all right? You know, as the son, you should be sitting there yelling at your dad, give me back my skateboard or I'll kill you. Like that's more our speed, you know? And that's what it feels like to just go to another country and watch them go to the hospital when they need to go to the hospital. Like that's, you know what I mean? Just watch social safety nets happen and have just like a general care for citizens and stuff. That's what that feels like when it happens. One of the things that makes it so bad is that we have this attitude because of the strength of the dollar and because it is the base of like the world's currency. Everyone compares their currency to the dollar, the strength of their currency, the strength of the dollar, and people would like to be paid in dollars, at least for now. And there's an attitude that we have as Americans that it has to be that way. That we don't know any other way, so it must stay that way. So it really doesn't matter what we do, but it does. It does. All of that belief, all of that standard with us as a standard is confidence. And if your partners lose confidence in you, it's not going to be good for you. If your confidence is waning because of moves that have been made and unpredictability, then people will try to figure something else out. That's a little terrifying. You know, I'm not an economist. I don't know how all of it works. I just know that you can only really bully the whole world for so long. Do you know what I mean? There was a flight a couple years ago where on this flight, this dude on the flight stands up mid-flight and is talking wild and reckless. This dude stands up and he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody in here, okay? All right, you're all gonna die. Do you understand me? Every single one of you is gonna bleed and die. And he's making all these weird movements and he is freaking people out and people are stuck in their seats. They're like paused in their seats. There's only one person who's like taking a little bit of cell phone footage of this dude because nobody knows what this dude is gonna do, and he's getting up so confident and he's so scared because I guess he's like a bigger dude as well, and he's like, no, y'all are all gonna die. He's clearly having like some sort of mental episode, but at the same time nobody can know how serious he is or like what his problem is or anything, and people are frozen in their seats, right? And he's like, I'm gonna kill every single one of you. You're all gonna die. I'm gonna crash this plane. And then he tries to get into the cockpit as well. He can't get into the cockpit because that's locked. And finally, this dude goes into, I think it's his back pocket, right? And everybody's expecting a knife, a gun, and this dude has a spoon. And when everyone realized that all he had was a spoon, talking this reckless, they whooped his ass. There was plenty of cell phone footage of that. They were whooping this dude. I know they don't do it on flights anymore because people have allergies, but back in the day, they used to have peanuts on flights. And every once in a while, somebody would open the peanut packet too hard, and the peanuts would go everywhere. They go over the tray table, but then they go in the aisle, and they bounce all down the aisle because the plane was still getting some altitude and everything. And he kind of looked like that peanut. They were passing him around, beating his ass. They were really tossing him back and forth. And then he still had the spoon. Was like, wait. Man, that cracked me up. Wait. They made that man sound like tennis in there. That man, he was using the spoon a little bit. He was like, meh. And people were like, all right, fingers and eyes. There were other people who never got the chance to beat his ass that just watched it with their phones, and you could see them just with the eyes going, ooh. And then they restrained him, and then they landed. Cops got on the plane like, damn. I thought we were whooping ass. Man, this man tied down to his seat with seatbelts and duct tape and still got the spoon. And then, in the midst of all this turmoil, all this red, Trump tweeted, or, great time to buy. That's the most unserious thing I've ever heard in my life. Honestly, look. Admit it for a second to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud, but just know in your heart, if this was any other country, you would be laughing your ass off at that. That is very, very, very funny. That is so inappropriate and so funny at the same time. It's basically like somebody driving the car towards your car accident going, wee! And then, because we don't have a serious system, because we're not doing things the way that maybe anybody should do them. Somebody from Trump's administration, I'm pretty sure his cabinet, and I don't want to say the wrong name, but just know that they're in his circle. They went on, maybe it was CNBC, it was one of the major news networks, and they were asked by the anchor, do you think there's any possibility that all these tariffs, all this stuff going out is really just to raise the alarm bells, and that there's a possibility of a sort of 90-day situation, just like with Canada and Mexico? And then that guy said, yeah, the president's going to decide what he wants to decide. He's going to do what he wants to do. But then, off of that, you heard me when I said, yeah, the president's going to decide what he's going to do. Yeah, just off that noise, that noise right there. Yeah. Someone clipped that and tweeted the yeah. And then they said that there was about to be a 90-day pause. And then the market went up $3 trillion because we are not really here, I guess. Like, that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. I knew money wasn't real before, but I didn't know. That's a noise. He didn't even give it a full yeah. $3 trillion from right? And then it went back down again because the White House came out and was like, we never said that. And so it dropped all the way back. And then like 2 days later, Trump reversed the 2 days later, he was like, yeah. He reversed the tariffs, and then the market shot up like $3 trillion again. I'm starting to think the market only understands $3 trillion. And I'm not saying I knew it would happen. If I did, I would have made a lot of money, like some of those people that are potentially going to be investigated because they had calls on the market for 2,000%, and then they very rich. Trump even pointed one out. He was like, "That guy made $9 billion whatever he said." And yeah, I'm just saying, I didn't expect it. I did not expect there to be a ton of follow through in that. I'm just saying that when he said, I'm not saying I believe everything he says. I'm saying I thought he believed what he said when he said it. I thought, look, I'm not saying I believe when he says the thing. I don't know if I believe it. But when anyone says what they say, you would think that they would know if they believe it or don't believe it because they said it, because they're alone in there with their head to say it or not say it, and then to know if they're lying or not lying. But then I was not in his head, so I'm like, I don't know, right? But I thought he would know whether or not he meant what he said anytime he speaks, just for himself, not for us. I understand the man can lie, but this in your head just for you is where I don't think you should be able to fool yourself. I don't think you should be able to trick yourself that way. If you said it, you alone in your head in your room of one should know what you mean when you say it. And I know that doesn't make sense, but it makes as much sense as the tariffs, because it is in his head by himself. So, all right. Yeah. That was the thing. That was the thing. And then he, reversed the tariffs on a bunch of countries, except he increased the tariffs on China because they had increased the tariffs on us in the wake of that thing happening. So then it was really just, my dad can beat up your dad. I didn't forget you from before, so just know that my dad can beat up your dad. And then China was like, you don't, look, China made a statement early into the little tariff trade war where they were like, if the U.S. wants a trade war or any other type of war, we're ready and we'll fight to the end. And that's a lot. That's a lot. I thought we were talking about numbers, and that's another place to take it. And then Trump raised it to like almost 150% on, and this is my thing. I'm not an economist. I don't even know math. But can we at least keep the percents in the 100, please? You know what I mean? Because we're getting into some dangerous territory. The only other place that percents have gone over 100 and has been bad for people in this way is Maury. Maury had people on that were 1,000% sure, and they couldn't have been more wrong. They could not have been more fundamentally incorrect. One of my favorite, in case you're not familiar with Maury, in case you have not been blessed with the afternoon programming, the after school watching that was Maury, there were episodes of Maury. Maybe my favorite episode of all time was white woman, white man, black baby, fraternity episode. That was art. So white woman over here, and she's like, that's his baby, Maury. That's his baby. Why won't he take care of his responsibilities more? Okay, so we dated for a while. We would hook up from time to time, and then we broke up. So I was out. You know what I mean? I saw some people, but that's his baby. Look at it. The baby got a head. He got a head. That's his baby. All right. And then I never thought that I would have to say it this way, but then this poor white man had to, in real time, navigate, making sure everyone understood he was not the father while not saying anything horrifically offensive. And to his credit, he really kept a cool head and did his best. He was like, Okay, look. We all God's children, all right? Okay, and I mean this with no disrespect to the African American gentleman baby or the community at large, but he and I are not kin. And then Maury, who is normally the voice of reason, who you think would have his back, says out loud, "You don't think this could be your child?" And this man is sitting here like, "Maury, don't make me say it. Are you serious? Look at the screen." And then he read it out. He was like, the DNA results are in. He pulls it out of the envelope and he goes, "When it comes to the case of 2-year-old Dalmontravius, Mike, you are not the father." And of course she was like, "No!" And she did 6 backflips and ran outside. And then he went, "Yeah, I know." Y'all be blessed. And that's my thing. It's like if you're gonna be more than 100% sure, you have to be so sure. You have to be right. You have to be correct. And China came out with a statement. I think it was today. It might have been yesterday. I don't know. I just saw it where they were like, due to the U.S. Tariff raise, we will be raising tariffs 125%, and any other raises the U.S. will do in retaliation will be inconsequential and will be seen as a joke in the history of economies. And I'm just saying, maybe you don't want to get into a math contest with China. Y'all been fantastic. Thank y'all so much. Trillion, that's a lot. Trillion, that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot. Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I think that it's weird. As the year is like winding down and stuff, I'm just trying to like take stock of a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And I had a conversation with a friend tonight that like he was he's been in the hospital for a little while. He's one of my friends from college and stuff. And it's just like, I'm glad that he's doing a bit better. I'm glad I got to talk to him because I had to call him after my first show tonight. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just like, I'm a bit disappointed in myself that I like let so much time pass without calling. You know what I mean? Like, obviously,
okay.
you like, like life just happens. Like people, we're all doing our best and everything, but it, it shouldn't take like me worrying about him to call him, So I'm trying to like do that more. Like I call people and I text people that I haven't talked to in a while, like a decent amount, I suppose. But yeah, sometimes something happens where it like is a jolt, and you're like, oh, I should really be appreciative that I have like all my people while I have them,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's just, I don't know.
Fun start to our comedy podcast, but
yeah. I mean, I guess.
No, I'm fucking with you. No, I get that. A thing I've really learned about myself in recent years is because, like, yeah, I'm bad at keeping up with people, but I also just realized I'm not great at like managing a giant group of friends. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and I think especially in comedy, you're expected to like make friends with all the comics and stuff like that. And I was never great at that in Chicago, and it would just be more of a point of stress than like actual joy to know a bunch of comics.
Yeah, but I think that you, as much as I don't like when comedy communities are very cliquey and stuff like that, I think that it's initially inherent that it's gonna be, because you're only gonna be able to go to so many birthday parties, remember so many like people's life events,
Yeah. And you can only actually find so many of the comics you meet actually funny.
I suppose so. I mean, I feel
what I
like,
mean? Like,
there's a thing where now
you can meet a lot of funny comics, but also like if you're at Mike's a lot, you're also gonna meet a lot of comics who aren't funny but are nice.
Yeah. That,
and then
that
it's kind of like, and not saying like you only want to be friends with them because they're funny, but there is also like the like, yeah, but like I'm not gonna book you.
Sure.
You're funny and I like hanging out with you. But
yeah, I think that my thing is I've found that there are comics that I've become friends with or really admire or just really enjoy watching that even if their attention, I guess I could say their attention is not like solely focused on like craft of writing or like stage presence, whatever,
right,
but
yeah.
they're always like, there's always something like, those comics that are like made of X Factor. Like they're like up and down. They're like, I need to watch this person, and it might not be good.
it'll be interesting.
But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be like special.
Yeah.
Like they're just those people that make your night special.
Yeah.
Especially if you're at an open mic or something, and then there's people who are like not necessarily trying to work on anything. They're also not necessarily trying to play to the other comics in the room. There's just something they have to get off their chest that's like chaos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, this is incredible.
Yeah, those are the good ones. Those are the good. And I want to be clear too. It's like, I mean, like you may not be able to find everybody personally funny. Some might be very funny, but they're just not going to be what you find funny. So it's like makes it hard to then like want to talk about their set or anything, because I'm like, it's just like it's not my thing, but you're doing something for somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you also cannot write necessarily like. Even if you're writing with another comic, you're only going to be able to be helpful with things that they would say. So
yeah,
it's like that also sort of can make people fall out of line with each other when it comes to a sort of meeting of the minds, because it's like, okay, you're going to do this crazy act out I would never do, like, or I like wordplay way more than you like wordplay, or whatever the thing is. And so that's kind of where I think a lot of it comes from.
Yeah, because there are some comics who like then get really like they want to give you a tag, and then they're like really adamant about it of like, no, that's what fixes it. Use that. And it's like, well, I'm like, no, but it's funnier if you say it. If you did this joke, yes.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's like you and I give each other tags and like try to change jokes. So and like sometimes we take a note, and sometimes we're like, that's just not how I know I give you stuff that like that's not what you would say.
Yeah.
But I'm like this is where my brain goes when you ask me about this joke. You know what I mean?
Sure. And then there's also something to be said for like. Like sometimes the thing that I love about comedy and the thing I love about hanging out with comics though is that there's only so many ways you can see a thing as an individual, right? So even when you are trying to think of angles and look at things in a different way and open your mind, it's like, it's not even necessarily that someone else's mind is more open. It's just that they're coming at this thing from like the totally different side. Like if every joke was,
for sure,
you know, like that diamond, there are going to be people who are like 10 shades the other way that you're never going to hit. And watching people there's a friend of mine that has like such a fire bit that I would have never. And you know what's crazy about one of the beautiful things about watching someone just be incredibly funny is that, I'm trying to think of how to put this. He was doing jokes that were things that I felt, but never things that I thought, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I understand what you mean by that.
So he went on this like run. And when I tell you, it was epic. Like I'm not even gonna like do the jokes because I wouldn't do them justice. I'm literally just telling you, he had a take about Jackie Kennedy that I've never heard before, but had felt in life, but then was like, wow, this man is like as he's talking, it's like he was reading my mind from when I thought those things.
Yeah.
And so then you're
I do really want to know what your hot take on Jackie Kennedy is.
Well, it's just like the way that he was describing it, and this is not the joke, so I'm not like doing his joke or anything, but he, you know, we were conversing after his set because I went up to him and I was like, dude, that was truly brilliant, everything. But you know, we were just talking about the fact that like Jackie Kennedy is like seen as this like icon of an icon of an icon, like just like really, really up there. And she like, I don't know, she was kind of average, and I don't really know what was that great, but she had
right now I'm not reading any emails about Jackie Kennedy. Do not send me Jackie Kennedy emails because I feel the typing already.
But you know, clearly there's something special about her because in her lifetime she bagged a president and a billionaire in the same lifetime. Like usually in life you only get one of those things, if either, right?
Right. Yeah.
It would be like if, you know, it would be like if Barack died tonight and then Michelle was like, Elon looking cute. Like, it's like,
Jesus.
It's like, imagine that. You had a president and a billionaire in a lifetime. That's incredible.
Yeah. But, you know, I can't think of her name fast enough, so I couldn't have a good joke about it. Fucking Trump's wife. I couldn't. I was like, she had both in one.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Why can't I think of her name right now?
That's very funny that you can't think of the former first lady's name.
Can you tell me what her name is, please? I can't think of it.
I'm not going to tell you.
Ivanka. No. Ivanka. Is that her? No, that's the daughter.
Who he wishes it was.
I can't think of her name. I truly
Are
can't
you
think
all
of her
right?
name. No, I was literally like about to fall asleep when you texted me that you were ready. So I was. I just had nothing to do. I was just waiting.
No,
I
it's
knew we were
fine.
going to record.
It's fine. I'm wow.
I know. And honestly, dude, I don't even have a guess right now.
You should guess.
I know. I didn't. It was his daughter.
Yeah, but what do you think it is? Just say some names.
I can't even give you a letter right now.
Some names.
Sylvia Trump. Yentl. I gotta look it up. I don't know.
No, don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up. The look Josh is giving me right now. I know, dude, I'm giving myself that look. I'm like, why can't I?
Wow. What?
I have somehow erase that name from my brain, and I don't know
Did
why.
she do something to you?
No.
Okay. You can tell me.
No.
If she hurt you?
She did nothing to me.
Okay.
I truly, dude, I truly can't. Natasha.
Ooh, wee. Yeah. No, it's all. Look. It's all
Dude,
good.
fucking tell me her name, please.
No, man. This is not. This
sucks.
This is what life used to be like.
Before phones, before you could just Google it.
Before you could just Google it, people would not know stuff, and if the person you were talking to didn't know, y'all would just not know.
So is that you saying you don't know either?
I know.
I was gonna say.
But I'm just saying, if someone didn't want to tell you, right? Like back in the day.
Oh, like right now where I'm begging my friend to tell me and he won't.
But you remember when you were little?
If your friends were dicks before phones, it was hard to know stuff.
You remember when you were little and there was like, you had homework and your parents either knew and didn't want to tell you or they didn't know either?
Yeah.
And then they were like, I could give you the answer, but you should figure it out for yourself. That was like a classic line that we all heard growing up. And, before phones, you really did have to either decide to not know it for life. Because you can't go to the library for everything. There are some things, and I think that's actually why.
Loretta? Is it Loretta? This isn't a bit. I genuinely can't remember her name.
Do you smoke today?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've had 2 sips from this beer, and I've done nothing but actually eat healthy and drink water today.
You might be overhydrated. That's what it is.
Oh, maybe. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I said Ivanka. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's the only name because that's got the rhythm to it.
So, yeah, you just used to have to go to the library for everything. And it was like, you had to just decide to not know stuff.
Can you give me a letter?
Nah, why would I give you a letter?
I don't know because
a letter gives it away.
Why is it a weird letter? Is it a Q?
What do you think the weird letters are?
Q or Z? The ones that a lot of names don't start with. Z's got some names. You don't get a lot of Q names though.
Quincy.
Is it Quincy? Tell me if it's Quincy. Is President Trump's wife's name Quincy Trump?
Oh, wait. This is a shame. This is like...
And you're a bad person by just letting me... I do not feel bad about any of the times I have mocked you on this show.
Yeah.
That I have fucked with you.
Yeah.
Because...
You know what? You know what's weird? I feel better about those times now.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Is it Wanda? This is embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing?
Because this is recent history in my lifetime. A person whose name I do know, and I know once I remember it or read it, I'm going to hate myself. But
yeah, that's why you should wait to read it or anything until after we're done.
This is the thing, and I'm really trying to figure it out. And then you're talking to me, and I just cannot listen to what you're talking about because I'm so focused on this right now. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll think over here.
Okay.
I'm literally going through the alphabet right now. I'm just going in my head, just thinking of letters and trying to find. Is there a name? Ula? Is it Ula Trump?
I feel like you're just going to start naming dishes. Is it gruel?
Gruel is a dish. Spaghetti? Is it Spaghetti Trump?
Oh, man. Well.
Oh, God. Give me one letter. Doesn't have to be the one it starts with. Just give me any letter.
Did you go to the library a lot when you were a kid?
Fuck you. God damn it. I guess we did, yeah. In the one in town in St. Ansgar, we used to go a little bit. I mean, I was just like, I'm like, yes, but it was like the school library. We were in there a lot, you know. That was where I got most of my reading.
Yeah,
was there because we had a pretty good library. Because also our town library isn't that big, so you're better off just going to the school library.
I see.
But you know what I mean? Small ass town.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Got hot. I gotta take this hat off.
No, it's all good. I just asked because like I used to go to the library all the time with my mom because my mom used to work at the library, and there was this lady that worked there that was always cracking me up because you know how there's free access to the internet at the library, and you know there are people who use that free access to access things they maybe can't get in real life, you know?
Yeah. Our friend Rob used to work at Chicago Public Libraries, and he saw plenty of that.
Yeah. And so there were people who would come to the library specifically to look at explicit images of sexual activity.
Wow.
Of intercourse and relations.
Wow. You've somehow ruined sex for me the way you just said all of that.
Of the activity of genitalia.
Oh, God. The activity of genitalia. Oh. And I know I'm going to pitch that to you for a title for this episode, and you're going to say no.
You know what I mean? Just the general filth of lust.
That sounds like an old play. Like that.
The filth of lust. We should actually do that as like
Sounds like a fucking Oscar Wilde play.
Yeah. We should do that one the same way that we had the detective one. We should do the filth of lust.
Well, or is that the title of the Porta Potty one? Porta Potty 2, the filth of lust.
Oh gosh, no, it can't be. It can't be. This is a different thing, and it's happening in Puritan times where everyone will know. Like if you actually had, you know what they call it, the Shakespearean term for it.
Doinkin?
The beast with two backs.
The general filth of lust.
Yeah. There were people who would, engage in the voyeurism. Of intimate contact.
Oh, God. This is going to be the rest of the episode is you just finding different ways to word watching porn. How many different ways?
And so when they would, click their way to sin, she would roll up behind them and be like, "What you doing, pervert?"
Who would do this? I forgot who was at the beginning of the story.
The woman that worked at the library
Just the woman who
with
worked
my
there?
mom.
Okay.
Yeah. What you up to, pervert? Just extra peas on the pervert. The hardest P you've ever seen. What's up, pervert? Loud too. I'd be in a children's section reading and just hear pervert.
Yeah, I'll spice up your trip to the library. That'll be...
Yeah.
Is it Mona? Mona Trump?
Oh, man, that's phenomenal. Because what a random thing to forget. Like, it's so random, it could be forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it makes sense that you forgot. It's actually not crazy that you don't.
It's not in my daily news anymore, you know?
Yeah. Maybe never. If you think about it. Like, if you didn't want to know, if you avoided the news for, the last 6 years, then
right.
I think you could get away with being like, was it rhyme with again?
Yeah. Koala Trump.
Man. Wow.
Yeah. Huh. How are you?
I'm all right.
You all right?
Yeah.
I thought I was all right until we started recording.
Yeah, I mean, I also thought you were all right because you were kind of like looking at me crazy when we started, where I was like,
I wasn't looking at you. I wasn't looking at you crazy. I thought it was. And here's the thing. I sometimes respect it, but it's just like just to be like, I'm gonna start this on a real somber note.
Sure.
about not being good, about staying in touch with my friend in the hospital. It was all we had said was our names and then that.
Yeah,
and
but if they've made it to like 130, like whatever episode this is, I think they know.
122.
Yeah, I think they know.
But it could be someone's first episode too, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So if they start it and then only the first couple minutes, they're like, man, these guys are bummers.
Yeah, I mean,
and the one's stupid as hell. He can't remember the president's wife.
It was also like all of 5 minutes. So if they didn't last this long, they were never going to be with us.
They weren't fans anyway. If you're still here, you're our little weirdos who stick with us, and we love you.
Oh man, yeah. I've been like thinking a lot about the year and stuff. Like, I know that we're gonna have our episodes coming up. They're sort of like the real year in review episodes and stuff. But
yeah,
I think in my life, because I've also had this thing where, I understand that, all comparison kills joy. That like that old saying of like, oh yeah, you don't want to be comparing yourself to everyone all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
So I try really hard not to do that, because I also don't want the biggest thing I learned in comedy as I was like making more friends in comedy, doing comedy more and stuff like that, is realizing that I did not actually want to do the things that other people wanted to do. So then that also kills comparison, because it's like, if someone got a job that, that I was like, oh, maybe I would want to do that. Mm-hmm. But then I think about it and I'm like, oh, maybe not. Like, I'm pretty happy with life right now. So there's no real reason to run around, trying to like jump in on other people's accomplishments and stuff. And then also, I think the things I describe doing to people sound like dumb to them. You know what I mean? Like I showed a friend way before this happened. I showed a friend what I was gonna wear on Colbert, and this is before I'd even booked Colbert. I was just like, my next late night spot, I'm gonna wear this, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you think? And this is also why sometimes you have to like keep things close to the chest, because like, I think if I was a different type person, I may have like taken it, because he didn't mean anything by it, but he like taken it too much to heart, and he was like, oh, I mean, it's cool. It's not something that I would wear like to the, and he wasn't being he wasn't like being any type of way. He was just being honest, but it's also why you have to know, you can't just ask people questions like not being ready for whatever the answer is going to be, because I really wanted to know what he thought of it as a whole. Right, but if I had specifically asked him what he thought about it just for him to tell me how cool it looked, I was about to be disappointed,
Yeah, but that is why a lot of people ask the question of something like that for that reason. They just want to hear their hope echoed back to them.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
And with me, it's like I knew it was like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Like I'm gonna get
Melania?
this.
Is it Melania?
Yeah.
Oh God, thank God. You know how I got close to it? Because I jokingly thought of malaria Trump, and then I'm like, wait, that's actually pretty close. That sounds about right. Because then I just started looking for words to do as jokes, and then I'm like, wait, I think I actually got really close.
Oh my gosh.
I swear I'm not a dumb man, but oh boy,
Yeah.
I don't know. Shit. No emails about that either. No emails about the first lady of any era. It's a new rule. No Jackie O or Malaria Trump. None of them. Sorry, keep going. I'm sorry. It literally.
I mean, I was pretty
clicked
much
to me.
done. I was like,
Oh, okay.
I'm actually using this moment to. 1 second.
Ignore me. Gotcha.
No.
Okay.
I'm just
See you
making
later.
sure. No, I'm just making sure it's not somewhere. So, the comic
not
that everyone should check out that has the dope bit is Jarrett Waters. If you are in New York, he's like constantly doing shows, and hopefully he'll be on the road soon. But he's so funny.
Why didn't we say that when we were talking about him? Why'd we? You waited like 3 more beats to like plug his name.
Because what ended up happening was I was trying so hard to not tell the joke, but talk about the joke in a way that did it justice.
Okay.
That I was like, it didn't even occur to me to say his name just yet because I was like, let me hold off until I like make sure we don't need to cut the entire thing.
Remember it? Did you forget his name?
No,
Did you forget his name and you were? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So that was about Jackie O. Okay, I'm just trying to now find where we were at. We were just talking about your suit, and then you said you're done with that. You look sharp in that, by the way.
Thanks,
People
man.
haven't seen that. Even if you don't watch the set, you should. But also, like, no, you did walk out, and I was like, geez, that's a sharp one. Like, 'cause that was like, that's the nicest one of those I've seen you in. You know?
Yeah. I feel like that was like the most form fitting too, because
That was like,
it was like,
bro,
it felt
yeah.
tailored.
No, you did.
That's the first time
fucking
that
looked
I've
tailored.
got something from someone where they were like exactly by every quarter of an inch what they said it would be. Because sometimes you like, oh man, before I did Conan, I'll never forget this. This is like, this happened to me at Conan, and it happened to me at the Emmys was worse.
Did you wear a suit for Conan, or?
Yeah, I think I had a suit for Conan.
Okay.
But the Emmys was the worst one. Conan was nothing in comparison.
Yeah.
For the Emmys, I went, and this is like, I'm not a prepared person most of the time. And so this is me really trying to be about my like.
Hey, as his co-host, I can say, yeah.
Like, this is me really trying to be about like my business, right? So a week before the Emmys, a week before I'm supposed to fly out for the Emmys, I go to this this like, maybe it was a Men's Warehouse or something. I pick out a suit, and you know, I have the person who does the tailoring like draw it up all with chalk and like do all the stuff, right? I am told to come back like almost in a week, because I guess it was like, I think around the same time as the Emmys is sometimes like a wedding season type thing. Because there's like wedding seasons throughout the year that are heavy. You know, a lot of people have summer weddings, some people have spring weddings, some people do fall, stuff like that. So I feel like
when are the Emmys usually? Those
September, like in September, yeah.
Yeah.
And so for whatever reason, this New York Men's Warehouse was like, we are swamped. All right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so they tell me to come back pretty much the day before I fly out, right? which I'm already not a huge fan of, because I'm like, okay, it takes you a week to make these slight alterations. Like, in retrospect, I should have just gone to a different tailor, but I was like at Men's Warehouse and there was a tailor at Men's Warehouse. So I was like, let me just make it easy on myself.
Yeah, and you
right?
don't like wait for the train or anything. Just
And so,
that'd be a
they
whole
chalk
place
it
I'd
up.
have to go to.
I mean, it really wouldn't. Like, I probably was in walking distance of another one, like
Right,
another
yeah.
tailor. But
Right.
they chalk it all up. And then my man puts it in the back, and, we're chatting and everything. And then I leave, and I'm like, check that off the list. I did something ahead for once, right? I'm not panicking trying to like get it bought and tailored same day, paying extra money, whatever, right? I come back when I'm supposed to, the day before my flight, and I give them my ticket, and the person can't find it at all, right? Which is insane, because I've bought the thing. And so they can't find it at all. And in my head, I was like, this never occurred to me that this could possibly happen. That someone just with my body could come in and be like, this fits. I guess I'll take it. and so I'm like, you have to keep looking. Like, they were very like nonchalant at first about not being able to find it. And I was like,
Right.
I bought it here, so I've never left with it. So how did someone else leave with it? They finally find it. And a week ago, when I, was getting it, tailored and sized and all the measurements and stuff like that, the guy who did it put it on the wrong rack. So he went back there and put it on the done rack immediately. So no one's touched it this entire time.
Oh, okay.
And so now I'm freaking out because I'm like, what should I do then? Like, can you do it now? Because this is your screw up. Like, I came here a week ago. Like, this is crazy, right? And they were like, the tailor isn't in today. And I'm like, all right, is he going to be in tomorrow early? Like, can I maybe pick it up right before my flight? Or like, I'm trying to figure out what to do. And they were like, maybe, but I wouldn't. The guy working the day that I came to get it was one of the most oddest workers I've met at like a Men's Warehouse or like any clothing store, because he was just like, I mean, he'll be here, but I wouldn't wait on him.
I suppose that is theoretically possible, but
yeah. And so then I was like, well, what do we do about the money that I was already charged for the thing that didn't happen?
And he's like, shit, someone left with that too.
Yeah. And so then I look it up on my card on my bank, and they're basically like, oh, luckily the first guy was so bad at his job that he forgot to charge you.
Hey.
So I'm like, okay, all right, I guess, hey, no harm,
Free
no foul.
unfinished suit.
Yeah. I've just got a suit with a bunch of chalk on it now. A part of me was almost like, should I just wear it to the Emmys and try to make it look like a statement where it's like, here's what I could do, but I didn't.
Yeah, you're protesting tuxedo standards or something.
Yeah. Why shouldn't more grown men look like the little rascals?
Yeah, I'm trying to reconnect with my childhood. This is a suit of whimsy.
Yeah. And so I flew with this chalked up suit, and then when we got to LA, I think I rushed to a tailor in LA, which was also, most of them were too busy because the Emmys was there. And so they were doing a bunch of stuff, and it was like, it was hell.
You show up with just a chalked up suit. Can you finish this?
Like, I might as well have shown up with the fabric.
Can you help me? Yeah, just a roll of fabric. Can you make me a suit, please? God damn, yeah, that would be a lot. there would be a big part of me that'd be like, maybe I just won't go. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm not giving away any award. I'm not presenting. I guess just...
Yeah. Nah, man. Oof.
Yeah. And then this, it's a dashiki, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just not confident in my words right now after the whole Melania situation. I just wanted to make sure I was saying the right type of suit. But was this made by the same person who did your Comedy Central one?
No, that was a different person. So this person runs a business called Saba Elite, and they do a bunch of like suits, jackets, and just great, like really great designs, really great stuff.
No, man, you walked out and I was like, that is sharp. It was, and like, I know people were like saying on there being like, you know, Wakanda or whatever. People were comparing you to that, but it was like, honestly, even you walked out and I was like, fuck, that does look like T'Challa. Like that looks like Chadwick Boseman at like one of the like premieres.
Can I tell you because I try not to get on comments and like any of that stuff. Not even because of like people might be rude, but because I think that it is a detriment to you, good or bad, to like lean on too many opinions. I think that when people are hyping you up, you can get a false sense of, you know, who you are, what you're doing, or like where you're at. And I think when people are putting you down, you could get a false sense of like, oh, they're right and I'm trash, and you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I try to just like stay away from all that stuff, you know, like, and because also people don't even have the energy to like remember anything that they say online. Like if someone told you that they really took someone down online in a YouTube comment, you'd be like, yo, I didn't know you were a lunatic. Like, these people do these things and then they just move on, you know? And then even with praise, it's like, even with praise, there will be people who are like saying all the nice things, you know, as well. But don't really like know or care about you, which is like, it's still good to put something out that's good.
Yeah.
But
Bro, we get emails that say to Josh and co-host.
Yeah,
and it's like,
And
I'm the only other guy here. You couldn't even look. We say it in every episode. You couldn't look up my name to send an email.
And so it's one of those things where I know that people I would say most of what's said on the internet is not meant, and what most of what's said online is not meant in the way that it can be taken, or even in the way someone thinks that they were. Like maybe you're upset in the moment, so you post something or you comment something, and it doesn't actually mean anything to you, but it could really affect that person. So I try to stay away, and that's mostly a YouTube thing. I'm like engaged on my social because I feel like on my like to me this is the difference. To me, it's like if you come to my social, it's like, oh, you probably mean it. Like if you came to me, then like good or bad, this is kind of how you feel in the moment. But YouTube just throws stuff at you.
Yeah, and if people comment on it too, I don't think they expect the people who makes the videos to like actually read them. It's that weird thing of like, even though it's their channel, they put it there, but I think everyone thinks there's like, you know, like I just saw a video today of someone talking about like people sending them like their own video to be like, oh my God, remember this? And he's like, yeah, that's on my page. Yeah. You sent it from my channel. But it's like no one really thinks that, I don't know, we run the
that's
stuff
just what
we
makes,
run. I don't know.
Exactly. That's just what makes YouTube such a different beast and how people even digest it or think about it. Because obviously every social platform has a discovery or an explore or like is sending you stuff, but YouTube just does it differently. I don't know how to describe it. And so I said all of that to say that I did not see this comment.
Because it feels like a cable network almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like talking to the TV. You're not expecting the TV to talk back.
Yeah. And like, I did not see this comment because I steer clear of like YouTube stuff as far as comments for at least the first month. I try not to look at it at all, but like especially if it's on this channel, like if it's on my channel and I know that it's like the people, once again, the people coming to me, then I want to engage with them and I want to say like, hey, you know, whatever, right? Or thank them for watching, or, you know, whatever it is. But I think when it's something that's on some, like with Colbert, that's his stuff, right? So I did not see this, but my manager told me that one of the top comments, at least the day that I did it, was how'd she put it? She was like, it seemed positive. And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, then don't tell me. Like in my head, I was like, don't tell me that. Like if you're not sure.
It seemed positive.
And then she was like, it seemed positive. And somebody was like, oh, look at that little Wakanda nutcracker. And I was like, wow. This is why I need time. And then I come. Yeah, like this is why I need time away before I engage.
My little Wakanda nutcracker. Oh,
and I was like, oof.
Yeah. Little Black Panther Jr. up in here.
Yeah, because what ends up happening is that when I feel like if I prepare myself, by the time I do look, I can be like stoic about it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And also if I give it time, it didn't just happen. So I'm not like, what do you want to call it? I'm not like emotional about it, you know?
Yeah. It seemed positive. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You're like if they do a cartoon, you know, where it's like all the Avengers are in high school, and you're
oh God.
You're Teen Chala.
That's what the T is for.
Yeah, that's what the T is for, is the teenager. Oh, good golly. That's funny. I haven't opened up the mailbag yet. I'll start looking for something. I will say, though, you mentioned that coming up we'll be doing our end of the year episodes. If you look in the bio of this episode, we'll have the form out for submitting your favorite episodes of the year. I'm not speaking to Josh. I'm speaking to you, the audience. I realized I just said your, and that could have been to anybody. We want to know. We want to know your favorite episodes of the year. We did that last year. It worked out really nicely, and then we do our episodes where we put in some of the best moments of the year, and we add some extra stuff too. We talk about them and all that. So it's a simple form. I haven't made it yet. Spoiler, but by the time this is out, I will have. So it's gonna be simple. But go fill that out. It'll be a lot like we did last year. And we really want to know. It made it a lot easier to make the episode. Also made it a lot more fun because we got to know what you guys really loved from the year.
Yeah, because there are things that will end up on that list that are not on our list.
Well, and some things we'd forgot about, remember? There were things we're like, oh, yeah, that was a fun like story or fun episode that we had completely forgotten about.
Yeah.
We do a lot of these. So we would really love it if you submitted on that, if you care to. Let me open up the email. You got anything else you want to chat about before?
No, I think we're ready for a mailbag. I think that we should dive in. You know, I mean, we're gonna have to save the filth of lust for another episode.
Oh, is there more on that?
No, I'm saying that the
working out the
rom-com erotica. We'll have to save it for another time.
We got this one here, and it is titled "Very, Very, Very Important Information," and then it just says, "Hello, Losh and Jogan. I have very important information about my new job. My boss's name is Richard Balls, but he prefers the name Dick for some reason. His name is literally Dick Balls. I may be mentally 10 years old, but this is one of the funniest things to ever happen in my life. Anyways, y'all keep doing your thing over yonder. 69,420 out of 10 jangles. I didn't say the name, and I may cut this last part because it says, P.S. I'm also very stoned while writing this, and I don't want to get anybody fired. So
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough. But
I don't
wow.
want Dick Balls to hear this and be that. No, that is wonderful. Thank you
That's
for sharing
incredible.
that very important information with us. We needed to know.
Yeah.
And I love that our fans bring us the important news.
I also love the idea that someone named Dick Balls might ever try to send someone else to HR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like we need to send you to human resource. Like you need to send me to human resource.
Well, you see your language, my language, your name, sir.
Yeah.
Dickard Balls. Let's see this one here. This is signed Kit Kat, and the title here is Love Ya Dummies. Toontown and Squeaks. Love the show. I got into it because a guy I'm really into wouldn't shut up about it. Parentheses, shout out to my boy Ruffles. I don't know if I'd be really trying to chase a man named Ruffles, but and boy has my simp behavior finally paid off because y'all are hilarious. Well, I guess we're a good consolation prize.
Yeah.
Much like Logan, I am a pun terrorist, and I can't count how many times I've been caught cackling with y'all in my ear as I do my... Get ready for this, Josh. As I do my mouse experiments. And then in parentheses, nothing weird, I'm an immunologist. But still, it still sounds weird. I wanted to know what's the funniest / saddest shit you've done / heard of someone doing in the name of love, and if it ever paid off. Once again, love the show and keep on punning, Kit Kat. Thank you so much, Kit Kat. That was... I love the ones that, you know, it's a short email, but there's a journey within it, you know? I really appreciate and respect those people who sent us those.
For the sake of entertainment, I'm gonna cop out and tell you about something.
Good call.
Tell you something that I witnessed, but it was not me.
Yeah. Wink, wink.
I mean, it really wasn't, but whatever.
This is when someone's like, "Oh, my friend."
Okay. So in junior high, I had a friend who had a crush on this girl, and so he like laid it all out in a note to her, but like on loose leaf, right? And filled that thing up, right? And then maybe it's like the little because when you're also that young, rom-coms are going on in your head. You think you're in your own rom-com.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he decided, and he worked. This is what's sad. He worked on the design for longer than he worked on the note, even though the note was the full page. He worked on the design for a paper plane, and like was throwing paper planes at lunch, like nonstop, and like you know, tweaking the design, tweaking how much like lift it had, all that stuff, right? And so the day finally came, and he wrote the note, and he had folded so many paper planes at this point that it was nothing to him to get the perfect like cut of paper plane together.
Yeah.
And he folded the paper plane perfectly, and then he went to throw it her way, and as he throws it, so he's maybe like 6 seats behind her, and in the next column or is it a row? I can't remember which one's which whenever you're seated. Like if you're seated in a square, there's columns and rows. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a square, but he was one set of seats off to the right of her and 6 seats behind her. So it was a long throw. And as he goes to throw the paper plane, he like really like punches it forward to her, and it's got like the exact amount of, like, he put the perfect force on it, and it's not drooping to the ground. It's like coming like eye level to eye level, right? And as he throws it at her, she turns around to look at him, and it goes into her eye, and like actually
Like hurts her.
it actually hurt her pretty bad.
Oh God. She's at school the next day with an eye patch.
It wasn't that bad, but it was like she definitely wasn't focused on reading it and could not read it for maybe the rest of the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the exact thing. It's like the number one thing you don't want to have happen if you're trying to do that. If you're trying to win someone over with a paper airplane, which is that it hurts them.
Which is that it goes right into their eye.
Into their eye. Yeah. Ugh.
Like in her eye. You wouldn't be able to do it again if you tried.
Yeah.
Because she had to, like, it was supposed to, I guess, hit her shoulder or like hit the back of her head. I don't know what he was thinking, but it was like the fact that she turned around just in time and looked into the butt, I mean, like the tip of a paper plane.
The butt of the plane.
She looked right into the nose of the plane when she turned around to look at him, right?
Yeah. Made eye contact with the pilot. Hit her right in the eye. Oh man, that's great. I've never seen one of these in person, and this is a little. They're kind of sad, but they do bring me this weird joy. But anytime there's video of like someone trying to propose on like a jumbotron, and it goes very badly, where the person is like, no, there's something just compelling about those. Those are inherently watchable to me. I'm not happy about it. I'm not like reveling in his misery. The best one is where he gets down on one knee and she goes no, and then he follows her and she throws a beer at him. And I was like, she did not want to marry you. Did you meet her that day? What happened?
Yeah.
So those are sad, but they're also pretty good.
Oh man. Like the idea that you don't know if somebody wants to marry you. Like the fact that you can be on such a different page as a couple is like actually terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, who are you talking to here? Who are you talking to, bro?
I mean, you didn't.
I'm divorced and had an engagement fall apart too.
Yeah, but you didn't.
It's not fun. It's not fun to learn.
You didn't have to when you knelt to propose. You didn't have to drag your knee because they were walking away.
No. At the time of engagement, decisions seem to have been made.
That's what I'm saying.
Later things changed. Yes. No, I do.
Nobody
find
can
that,
control later. I'm talking about when you do it.
No, that does blow my mind when people ask that, where they're like, it's like, oh, I'm going to propose, and then it's like, oh, will she say yes? And it's like, I'd fucking hope they've talked about it once. You know what I mean? You'd hope at least the topic has come up once.
Imagine somebody. Do you think she'll say yeah? Oh, I really don't know.
Do you think she'll say yes? No, probably not. I think tomorrow's gonna be rough for me.
You know what? This is what only a gambling addict would do, but they really should start taking bets during the jumbotron engagements.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit, man. They're not a sponsor, but like now you got the DraftKings stuff. Like you can You can bet on like anything now, which every time I see a commercial for it, I'm like, this seems like all the work we've done for gambling addicts is being completely undone now.
You know,
because have you seen those commercials? Like you can put odds on anything, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's actually what I think should be illegal. I don't care that gambling is legal, but you should just be able to like gamble on if the team or the person will win and stop. Because what you end up doing.
Oh, no specific bets from there.
Yeah, because that's how people lose. That's how they make money. That's how people lose money. That's how people ruin their lives. Is parlays down the line where it's like, well, now you could win $12 million off of 200. It's like you realize you're only going to lose $200. Like, please stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
But then you get some people. There was one guy who made a big bet on, I can't remember what it was on specifically, but because the Astros won, he won like $100 million. Or not that much, but he won like a lot, like several $1 million.
No, I'm
from
with
like
you.
one bet early in the season or some shit. Like,
and that even.
I mean, but right there though, it's literally the lottery though. Then at that point, it's not gambling. It's like truly just that form of gambling, the lottery.
Yeah. And you know what? It's like the reason that no one really has a problem with the lottery is because it's cut and dry. You're either going to win or you're going to lose, and only one person out of however many 100 million that are playing is going to win, right? But when you create your own parlays, it is your fault you didn't win the lottery. And that's too much.
Yeah, that's a way to think about it. Yeah, that is a way to put it.
Because think about if you were like, I'm betting that the Patriots win, that the Astros win, that the da, and then you're completely right except for one thing. It's like, it's all your fault.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that.
Well, and yeah, you can go down. I mean, yeah, the ones who get so specific of like, oh, they're going to have this stat for this many innings of game.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
don't do that. That's insane. I mean, look, probably don't gamble at all.
I mean, it's, and I hate to counter what Josh has said, unless you're really good at it. Because also, this comes from two guys who aren't gamblers. Like, I also, you know what I mean? I don't even like going to like card tables if I'm in Vegas, because it's like that's just a whole world that I'm not like familiar with, you know?
I don't even like gambling in my mind, all right? I get so upset when I really think someone's going to win a fight and they lose horribly.
Yeah. Do you know how tiny of gambles I make? Like, even when I play, not even when I play like cards with people, but if I play like in video games where there's like a game you can play within the game and you can bet, I am the stingiest of gambler in a game where I'm not me and it's not real money. It's like I'm forcing this digital character to sit down and play a game that he clearly doesn't really want to, because I'm not even betting.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm scared to bet, like, what is that, fourth person by that point? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Do you want to do our email, or should we wrap her up?
No, let's wrap her up. Thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into our mailbag, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And again, if you want to submit your favorite episodes and moments of the year for the Josh Johnson Show, there's a link in the episode bio. Click on that, and you won't have to create an account or anything like that. It's just click on it and send your thoughts, and then we'll make our best of episodes. You can also join our Patreon if you want bonus stuff. We got some bonus podcasts and some video stuff and other update things that we put there. That's patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. And also in the links that we put down below, you'll also find our specific Linktree stuff and website things. And on there are tour dates coming up that Josh just announced that he's doing a tour next year, and I'm going to be on some of them as well. So go click on that and see what the beginning of 2023 is looking like for us, and maybe you'll be able to come see us.
Yeah. And in the meantime, have a great rest of the day.
Virtual show. Live virtual show, too. Sorry. Live virtual show,
yeah.
December 17th, right? Live virtual show. Forgot about that. The last one of the year. That's December 17th, I believe. Correct? Saturday the 17th? Yes, it is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm getting all the plugs in, man. Plenty of chances to see us and interact with us coming up, so take advantage. Sorry, Josh. Take it away.
No, you're good. Until then, have a great rest of the day and an incredible weekend. We appreciate you.
Bye.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you.
Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host and fellow stand-up comedian, Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very full right now.
You're very full. What were you eating?
Both on life and this curry, and it oof. like all my movements feel off. It's really slowing me down.
Did you eat like a lot of it, or is it just like a dense curry?
So not only did I eat a lot of it, I ate it quickly because I knew we were going to record. And so then I was finishing up something else and then wolfed down these 2 bowls. And I mean, I really burned my mouth too. Like it was a trial.
I'm sorry, man.
I mean, I'm sure I'll recover, but also, woof.
I would hope so. If you didn't, there's something very wrong with you. If your mouth never heals. You remember in Chicago, I know you do, but Blaze Pizza?
Yeah.
It's for people that don't know, Blaze Pizza is basically Subway, but for pizza.
But also better.
But better.
You can't
absolutely.
do them like that.
No, I'm just saying, but it's that general idea of you're going down a line, having it made in front of you, adding what ingredients you want, and then they put it in the brick oven right there.
Yeah.
And it cooks like that. That place, I was able to get into the habit of every time I went there, because they bring it right out of the oven, they call your name, and then you have your freshly baked pizza. And everyone, the first time they go there, they immediately dig in and burn the shit out of their mouth. So I started getting in the habit. I'd go there with new people, and then we'd sit down, and they'd all like start getting ready, and I'd go, nope, wait a second. It's gonna hurt. And I would just make everyone at their table just sit for a second. I'm like, trust me. You're gonna want to trust me on this. I've hurt myself too many times on the fresh pizza.
You just put up a caution light right in front of their plate.
I have a little timer, a little egg timer that I set for like 2 minutes.
There's nothing that
dig
like
in.
makes you feel like an idiot more than burning your mouth more than once on your food. Because the first time is like, look, that could get anybody. All right, anybody can get got with that. Because it didn't burn your hand, so why would it burn my mouth, right? Yeah. But when you burn yourself that third time, you have to wonder, like, should I be able to vote?
No, man, but you nailed it. It was like third time. But like the first time I went, I was like, oh my God, that's so hot. The second time was like, oh God damn it, I did it again. And then by the third time, you're just like, I need to learn. I need to be smarter than the pizza.
Yeah. Because even when you pick it up, when you burn yourself that third time, you start to you really change your perspective on a lot of things. Like you nailed it with the I need to be smarter thing, but I've also been like, how many more times am I going to burn myself? Like, because once I burn myself the third time, I'm like, I think I'm going to keep burning myself. I think I just don't know what hot is until it's been in my mouth too long.
Right. Yeah.
So no,
Do I understand temperature?
Yeah.
Now I always thought I knew what hot and cold were, but now I'm wondering, do I know it?
Yeah. I mean, Blaze Pizza is
well, that's even called Blaze. It warns you.
Yeah, they tell you ahead of time. I'm sure
this
before
is gonna be hot
Blaze,
as shit.
Before Blaze, they were probably called like Robachinos or something, and then they were like, everyone is burning themselves.
Everybody's immediately burning their mouths. We need to start calling ourselves. How about blister mouth pizza? No, 2 on the nose, a little gross.
Yeah. What about char mouth? And it's like that just sounds.
That sounds
bad.
like a Pokemon.
Yeah, and then they were like, how about Blaze?
Blaze, there we go. Come on,
Blaze sound good?
Yeah, sounds like an American Gladiator.
Okay, all right.
Do because our pizza will punch you in the fucking mouth.
Because I'm telling you, man, I there's nothing. There are certain things that just truly. This goes without saying, but there are some foods where it is not worth burning your mouth for. Because I have burned my mouth at a Subway.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never gotten anything from Subway, even after they put it in the oven, that stays hot enough to even burn me.
Oh, dude, I don't even know what was happening. So you know the bread isn't bread, right? So the bread is already a lie.
What do you mean that the bread isn't bread?
The bread isn't bread. All right, the bread is coming through with falsehoods. The bread is coming through with lies. The bread is coming through with treachery.
You really need to say more than that, though. What do you mean the bread is
How am I saying more words and you're not understanding more?
Because the more words you're saying are just synonyms. I mean, why? What do you mean the bread isn't bread? Is it artificial?
Every country besides us knows that bread isn't bread. There are other countries where they've been like, hey, that's not a sandwich.
Right.
Don't lie to people.
That I stand by that. It's not really a sandwich.
Yeah. So then the bread is just an abomination. So then you get the bread, right? And the contents of the bread are so mysterious and elusive that I swear to you that I've had some Subway bread that did taste like bread. Then I've had other bread that was like, guys, this is glue. This is just bad. And so I got a Subway sandwich. I had them toasted. And then when it came out, it might as well have been magma. It would still look like bread, right?
Right.
But it was hot to the touch. It was still kind of soft, so it didn't toast. Like as hot as it got, it didn't toast. It almost like it was almost like it reversed back into hot dough, because I was just holding this soft.
Put it through
gooey.
again. It'll just be flour and egg.
Yeah. I feel like if he had put it in for 2 more minutes, it would have just been a bunch of yolks on top of some lettuce. And so then I'm holding the Subway sandwich.
Do you even
I bite
use eggs in bread?
Oh, do they? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking crazy.
No, I'm
I
the
feel
one who
like
brought
they
up
use
eggs.
one egg because the flour.
Because of the flour.
All right. Well, I was trying to help you, but no. I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick. So then, basically,
You think for how much British Bake Off I'm watching, I'd know what goes into bread, but I don't. I just know they go, I've got to get in the prover right now, otherwise it won't be ready to knead. That's all I know.
It might be water and flour.
I think it's water and flour. I don't know if they put eggs.
I mean, maybe that's why I'm no person to judge, because I don't actually know what goes in bread. I just know that Subway bread isn't bread.
Can't wait for the emails about how to make bread.
Yeah, right? Anyway,
here's what bread
bite
is, you
into it,
dipshits. Yeah, go ahead.
and it burned me so fully. It burned me. It was one of the first burns that I got of food where I actually tried to spit it out. Because you know how when you burn your mouth, you try to you almost cough out the steam because you're just like
Right.
all that stuff. And I didn't do any of that.
If you close it in, it gets hotter. So you have to just leave your mouth kind of open.
Right.
Give it a little steam shoot.
I didn't do any of that. I bit it, burn myself, and then just let it fall out of my mouth. And it took way too long to fall out of my mouth. This was not bread. This is insanity. Yeah. And so then I felt like it was so bad that I wanted to make a big deal out of it, but I didn't want to end up like the hot coffee McDonald's lady. You know what I'm talking about? Remember they handed her the hot coffee and she burned her like whole midsection because the coffee was like dangerously hot.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like what this bread was. It was like, you shouldn't be serving bread at that temperature.
Right.
All right. So then already that was your first mistake. Then you didn't even give it a second to cool. You just cut it and handed it to me. And I could feel how hot it was through the paper. And I was like, he just served me hot metal. And so then, it was my fault for biting into it, but I immediately tried to spit it out. But it was coming out of my mouth too slow. I feel like I burned. I did just burn my tongue and the roof of my mouth. I burned 3 lip hairs. Like 3 mustache hairs came with it. Just got singed on the way down.
Yeah, you smell burnt hair now?
Yeah.
Because the bread touched your face?
Oh, it was bad.
That's interesting, though, you bring up the hot coffee McDonald's lady, because that's always one I love telling people about, because everyone just knows it as some idiot burned themselves with coffee and then sued McDonald's because the coffee was hot. It's like, that's not what happened. She got 3rd-degree burns and went into shock.
Yeah, it's also great marketing on McDonald's part, because that's the story they told.
They did a great job of twisting it, but actually she actually won. She got McDonald's to pay for her medical bills because she didn't want like a huge settlement. She just wanted like, hey, pay for my new crotch flesh, because they had to do skin grafts. Like they had to literally do skin grafts on her thighs, and then they found like, oh yeah, they were serving the coffee at it was like 100 degrees over what it was supposed to be or something.
Yeah,
that they're like, oh yeah, no one should be handed a liquid this hot ever.
Yeah, you might as well hand them a gun.
Yeah, a gun with cream and sugar on it. And and so she was in the hospital for like a couple weeks, and then she sued McDonald's to be like, "Hey, can you help me? It's my skin." And she won. So really, it's a story of a lady beating a corporation with her singed thighs. But
you may have to cut this. I'm just telling you now.
Okay, great.
But it is as terrible as what happened to her was, and McDonald's really put her through the ringer to get that money.
Yes.
They did not make it easy. It was a long, arduous thing. But imagine it to me, in a very removed way, it feels like when my friend's place got robbed and they had insurance. So then the insurance covered a lot of stuff, but in order to cover some of the stuff that got robbed, they just basically got money to buy new versions of that stuff. So they ended up having like a new, better TV for the TV that got stolen, and new window panes for the window panes that got broken and stuff like that. And I'm just imagining what it would be like to win that settlement and get a whole new pussy.
That is just... You took me on this kind of little walk. I was not expecting it to end there. I mean, yeah, who says money can't buy happiness?
You get a new model. You get yeah. Grandma could be ruining men's lives with that new tight shit.
Yeah, she looks at her husband just like, and you think I never get you anything nice, It's even worse if the pussy shows up in a box, Yeah, here's your new one.
And just like IKEA, it's like missing 2 screws.
Yeah.
You got to send off for the other screws.
I have to attach the Florbin to the Gyorkenkarg? What is...
Oh, man. Okay. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe in any sort of like clairvoyance or like being able to see the future or have influence in any way on predetermined events? You know, like premonitions or horoscopes, any of that stuff.
I mean, not really. Like, I don't necessarily think I don't believe in psychics necessarily, but I don't know. There's some weird shit like I've heard of or witnessed. You know what I mean? Like I've had like relatives that have like weird, like they call somebody and just be like, hey, you need to check on this person. And then they go check and like they were having a stroke or whatever. And this other person like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, my cousin had one of those. It was a weird one. And like she just knew that someone needed to check on one of our uncles. It's like so like that stuff kind of like weirds me out of like And then like really vivid deja vus are super weird because I kind of have them as dreams ahead of time. Like I'll have like a dream of something, and then that's where I'll have the deja vu later of like, ooh shit, this is what I saw, like in my dream. And I know the thing with deja vu is like it's just something that can happen often enough that your brain just kind of recognizes it as the same. But so I don't know. That's kind of, I know it's a really non-committal answer I just gave you, but I don't necessarily believe in like looking at a crystal ball and be like, this is what's going to happen. But like that was Dracula. I don't know. I did Dracula
I was
voice.
like, why is that a vampire?
Call me now and I will read your tarot cards.
Yeah, I think
that was my Dracula Miss Cleo, by the way, is what I was doing.
Yeah, no, I could tell.
What about you? What about you? Is that
that impression is very racist to people who don't exist. All those Jamaican vampires. Ooh, we gonna get some emails. Y'all out here playing games. Okay. Hey, I just want all y'all Jamaican vampires to know that was not me. Okay. Ooh, you gonna be in trouble. Because I know at least one of them from Twilight gonna come after you.
Well, I guess I need to take this opportunity now to apologize to the Jamaican vampire community.
No, it's too late. You can't do the apology in the same episode you did the thing.
I gotta wait for the backlash. Then I gotta.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm glad you don't have Twitter because they be coming for you right about now.
That's true. Well, you can get a hold of me, man. So just call me now.
Oh, okay. We double it down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bad boy. I'm an edgelord, Josh. Come on.
Yeah. No. I.
Yeah. What about you? Believe in fucking psychics? What do you?
Here's the thing. This is genuinely, I think. You look at people who look at someone like Usain Bolt, right? So he is one of a handful of people, maybe 3 people in the entire planet that can run as fast.
Who's a Jamaican vampire? Yeah.
You're half right.
It was funny that you immediately then brought up a Jamaican person.
Yeah, no. I haven't disagreed with the way that you've been pulling these through lines together yet. I'm just saying. One day there's going to be a reckoning, and you're going to have to sit there by yourself because I warned you.
Yeah, but my dying words are going to be really great. They're going to really tie everything up in a bow. So,
okay.
Just saying.
No, I
what about Usain Bolt though? What were you saying?
Oh, I just look at him and people like him, and we can accept that out of all of the people on the planet, out of what are we at now? Like 8+ billion people on the planet. That only
is it 8? I thought it was like 7.
I thought it was still 7 too, but I think we crossed over to 8. I could be wrong though.
It's a lot of fucking people either way.
Yeah, that's the other disadvantage of recording this podcast and just sort of talking is that someone could be looking it up right now and being like, "This guy's a moron." It's still 7. Where did he get an extra billion people?
If they've been listening the whole time and this is the first time they think we're morons, then good for us for tricking them for so long. So,
I mean, sure, yeah. That's true. But I look at him and the Olympians at his level, and it's like, okay, out of 8 billion plus people, only 3 people can run that fast, and we can accept that. But then if you tell me that someone has some sort of other ability, I'm like, no way. And it's like, maybe just out of probability, maybe out of the billions and billions of people, a handful of people have some sort of feeling or notion or whatever. I can accept that. I don't know if I fully believe in it as like a science or or spiritualism as something that is accessible to everybody. I think that we've proven for the most part that the spiritualism in the 1800s and early 1900s was a complete scam, and how they pulled those scams off. But I do think that there are little things I have heard, kind of like what you're talking about with check on this person, and then it turns out they were like, we do have little shared experiences of like, and maybe energy is the wrong word, but we do have that about each other. It's like that feeling when someone's staring at you and you can just feel it, even though they were behind you and you had no reason to see them. But for me,
some people are more susceptible than others to like just the energies of other people, and I don't mean energies in like a like kind of a hippie way. I mean like the literal energy that comes off of creatures, and it's why dogs are so good at like sensing things around them and stuff. They're more attuned to that kind of electromagnetic field or whatever. It's people can be more susceptible. Like I think we talked about on a recent episode, but it's like why it's one of the theories of why some people go to like quote haunted places and they feel like, oh, I feel ill in this room. It's usually because there's a lot of bad wiring around there and they're super sensitive to that. Whereas someone else may not feel it.
Sure. So, I think those types of things are possible. I imagine I'd like to think that there's somebody out there who has those sorts of like feelings, like clairvoyance and stuff. But the thing that they can always feel is useless. Like they're just like, oh no, the guy on the bus next to me is about to fart. But then the bus is too packed, so they just have to sit there for the fart.
That's the only shit you can predict. Like that's gonna suck.
Yeah, that's what
all you can predict are little inconveniences from people.
Yeah. Oh, that lady's about to sneeze. I should back up.
Hey, well, in this day and age, that's life-saving.
Yeah, it could be. You have no idea.
My Aunt Debbie predicted what time I'd be born at.
What?
Yeah, my mom went into labor with me and dropped off my older brother with my Aunt Debbie quick, like when they were going to go to the hospital. Like she just started having like the beginning contractions, and they're just like, well, all right, let's go there. And then just out of nowhere, my Aunt Debbie said, that baby's going to be born at 9:35. And I was. It's a real thing, and it's because of that.
No,
my mom,
I
every
believe
year,
you.
every year on my birthday, my mom calls me at 9:35 a.m. because I'm the only one that she like knows the time I was born, just because. I mean, it's written down elsewhere, but my brothers, I just don't think that one just sticks in everyone's head because out of nowhere, my fucking aunt just lobbed this amazing, full court shot. 9:35 buckets.
Turns out your aunt was also like a midwife, so she just can tell from the contractions, like, oh, this is gonna be a 3-hour baby. It's gonna take a while.
Is that the spinoff to 90 Day Fiance? Is 3-hour baby? But yeah, so like that. That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
I have nothing more to say about it than that's fucking weird. Was that just a really lucky shot? Maybe. Did something tell her 9:35 in her head? I don't know. Never really asked her.
I wouldn't even want to know. I wouldn't even broach it. She might accidentally tell you how you die or something. You don't even want to know.
Would you? That's a question. That's one that always comes up with people. If you could know about your own death, would you want to? Like if you knew when you were going to die?
Yeah. I guess only that then leads to the other question of like, if you found out, could you change it, or is fate sealed? And so,
Right.
I guess if I could change it, and it was something very dumb, then I would try to both find out and change it. But if it was something that was like a little bit more inevitable, I would just try to enjoy my life as much as possible up until the point.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if this is like, oh no, you're gonna die in this day no matter what. And it's like, well
Yeah.
then I'm gonna live for that day. Then I'm gonna do everything I can to just have fun and make people happy.
Yeah. But if
then-
someone was like,
And I don't
"You're
gotta worry
gonna
about really saving money, because if I know what day I'm gonna die.
you're gonna die at this club," it's like, oh, I just won't go. I already don't like clubs. They're
Right.
too loud.
That would be the thing.
Who dragged me there?
That's like, if the prediction is of a place I don't like going. Like, I don't even like bars like that. Why'd I go there?
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned your aunt, because I knew a kid in high school who in front of me. So I guess his parents were there, and I feel like this was for science class or something, the reason he was asking. But he was like, "Mom, what time was I born?" And she was like, "You were born right at noon." And then he was like, "Okay, AM or PM?" And she just did the thing you did. She just sighed. Like,
I mean,
she
that's
just
one.
sighed forever.
That is one that people fuck up a lot, because people think that 12 p.m. is midnight. A lot of people do, and they're wrong. But
Yeah, but he wasn't even doing that. Because the number wasn't 12.
He was saying which
she
noon.
said-
That's true. Which noon?
Yeah. She said noon, and he said, "Okay, AM or PM,"
Yeah.
which is a special type of dumb. Like, it wasn't as if...
Lunch noon or dark noon?
Yeah.
Which noon was I born at?
That dude, and then she went,
And
she
disowned him.
exhaled
She
like
then,
it was tobacco. Like it was a huge cigar. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I have been thinking about it a little bit, just because, I have had my own run-ins with fortune tellers that have not been pleasant.
God, that is a loaded intro. I've had my run-ins with fortune tellers.
So, because I grew up in Louisiana, and so when I would go to New Orleans, and this is much later, this is like when I'm in college and going to New Orleans and stuff. When I would go to New Orleans, they're just in like French Quarter and stuff, and you're just chilling.
As somebody from Louisiana, how big is like the for lack of a better word, the voodoo stuff down there? And I don't mean like everyone's practicing it, but I mean like how much of it is put on for touristy stuff in New Orleans, and then how much of it is like still kind of a cultural thing circling?
It is. I would say it's closer to 50-50 than you think.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
because I've met lots of people who genuinely, especially as the movement towards Wicca got big when we were in like high school and college.
Yeah.
I think that reignited a lot of the voodoo stuff that was in the South.
Okay.
And so a lot of it, if you're taking a tour, it's put on. Like a lot of it is obviously put on.
Yeah.
But then you do meet people. Like I've met a few people who genuinely practice like voodoo witchcraft, like old religion type stuff. And out of the three of them, only one of them like scared me, where I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I should be hanging out here.
Yeah.
Because it is a thing of like, there weren't any shrunken heads or anything, but it's like you do have a lot of dead stuff at your house, and I just don't want to be here for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just be like dried bugs and stuff like that. And I was just like, I'm good. I don't really need any of this around me. And so I remember I went to New Orleans, and I didn't even want to get my fortune told because I just think it's a scam, right? My friend paid for the 5-minute consultation, whatever thing, right?
Yeah.
And so then if I didn't just at least stand there, I'd be wasting it because it's like he already paid and was like, it's not for me, it's for him. And so then I do respect this hustle though. So then he pays for my fortune to be told, and then the fortune teller lays out the cards, like these are tarot cards, right?
Yeah.
Lays out the cards, lays out the last card, and goes, ooh. And then scoops up all the cards and then walks away. And I was like, I think you just paid for me to now believe in that thing. Because now I got to track this person down to be like, what did you see? And it's like, what salesmanship? What really keep them coming back for more?
Maybe it was like a card that was showing your friend killing the fortune teller. And she's like, well, I got to go.
No matter what it was for the fortune teller to be like, oh.
Yeah. Maybe what if just fortune tellers get bored and so like every 30th customer they just do something like that?
Yeah, that's how they break their shift.
They flip a card, they're like, you gotta go.
you need to get out of here now. You need to go now.
So you said that you think fortune teller's kind of a scam.
The curbside ones, I feel like this is what it feels like for me. When a genuinely incredibly talented comic has been doing stand up for like over a decade, and they're still just sort of like chilling at mics and not doing anything else.
Right.
It's like that level of skepticism for me where I'm like, all right, like maybe, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know most people's comedy from anything else. So then if you are really good, I'd love to see it. But like, if you're telling me that you haven't progressed in 12 years, then like, I don't know if I believe you. The same way that if you really have those powers of clairvoyance and you're willing to sell it for $5 to tell a stranger to go to college, it's like,
right.
Yeah, I don't think I believe you.
Now I want to follow that analogy a little bit further. So then what would be the next, like if we're going comedy equivalent from like open micer, what's the comedy equivalent, the next step up versus the next step up for psychics?
I think those people who genuinely off of recommendations of other people go to people's houses and tell their fortunes and stuff. Like that's a real thing.
So that's now being like
that's like a showcase comic.
That's like a showcase comic. Yeah. Now you're getting some showcase spots. You're making some money.
Yeah,
maybe you're getting on the road maybe a little bit here and there. That's what the house cleansers are.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, man, though there's money in there. If you
you're gonna have a Rolodex of places that need, time or whatever they use. What is it they mostly use to? Is it that?
Oh, I think it's time. Yeah.
Time, right?
And Sage.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But then after that, it's the same as comedy. Then after that, it's identical. It's like you get your own show, you get a national tour.
Yeah, maybe a Netflix special.
Yeah. And then you've kind of burned yourself out. You actually don't want to rise too fast. Like you know those people who are just like, have you ever seen one of those things where the person's just like horrifically wrong?
Oh, and like the TV prediction stuff?
The TV prediction stuff and so especially in the 2000s, there was a huge movement of like almost like akin to back in the day spiritualism where people would have these like live shows.
Yeah, that's what John Edwards hit that whole thing. The where he would go up to people and be like, I'm getting something with a J.
Yeah.
And he would just do that over and over again. And, as they've found with most of those, it's just having, a research team. It's pre-interviews in line. There's all these little tricks they do to get information out of you to make you go, oh my God, that is my uncle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like I would just
You knew I had an uncle. Like, yeah. You can...
Well, when you said your mother was one of 7, I took a wild guess that they weren't all girls.
Yeah.
No, I've watched some of those, and it's very funny to me when...
My mom was very into some of those. when those
Really?
are on. Yeah. Yeah. My mom, she's on this weird spectrum of mysticism. She there's clearly she kind of believes in some magic a little bit. But and then also she can be very pragmatic. I don't know. She's in that. She's really got one foot in either camp. I think waiting to see who turns out to be right.
Sure. Yeah, man. Because I cannot imagine if there have been psychics this whole time and the world just is the way it is. That would either mean that you know what I feel like it is? I feel like if there really are psychics and the world is the way it is, they either are only ever using their powers, right down to each human being that has the powers. They're only ever using their powers for personal gain and just keeping it to themselves and taking care of themselves and their family, or they sound too dumb to listen to. They freshly burned their mouth. And so now they're trying to tell everyone, guys, we gotta get out of the building. We got to get out. Oh, did anyone else have that pizza? It's so hot. It's so hot.
They're about to. Pearl Harbor's about to get bombed.
Wait, what are you saying?
The Japanese are. About to bomb Pearl Harbor. I need water. I need
What are you saying about my knees?
No, the Japanese. Oh my God, it's on fire. Why would you cook that hot? No, it's Pearl Harbor. Oh.
I'm just saying, I feel like maybe they...
Or, here's my thought. What if they can predict the future, but then they can also predict that if they tell anybody how they're going to make it even worse. So they got to be like, I got to just keep this to myself.
I suppose so. That actually would be a dope movie premise.
That's an interesting
to
movie
be
idea,
like,
right?
Yeah, you
the psychic who knows he can't listen to his premonitions. Otherwise, it will just screw up time.
What would be really funny about it is that all of this stuff is happening on this Inception Christopher Nolan level, but the actual story world is taking place with a guy just sitting on the train. Because in his mind, he's just thinking about what would happen if he did the thing, and then what would happen, and then what would happen, and then what would happen.
Oh shit!
And
I just realized
it
that
would just
movie.
be him sitting there.
That movie exists. I just realized.
What is it?
And it sucks. It's the movie.
Are you going to say Next?
Next
With Nicolas Cage?
The Nicolas Cage movie. Because
Not quite though. Not quite
though?
because with Nicolas Cage. Okay, so
but it's the same thing though, where it's it ends. Spoiler alert for Next. But it goes through this whole action movie of him predicting stuff. But then the whole conclusion is that he realizes if he meets this girl, it all goes that way. And so he walks away from her. That's kind of how it all goes, isn't it? Or it takes a huge step back and undoes a lot of the movie, where it's just you realize that's all just premonitions.
Yeah, I feel like it did to the middle of the movie though.
Maybe
maybe not when he met her, but also this whole
butterfly
tangent
effect
was
too.
Yeah, sure. Butterfly effect is a much better movie.
Damn it! This movie's been written and it wasn't good either way. I had a good movie in my head. I remember it being fine when I first saw it when it came out, and then I'm sure if I watch it now, I'll be like, "There's major plot holes in it," which is fine. But when you have a movie that has strict rules, and then at one point you just decide to not follow the rules, because that's how he gets out of prison, is by the movie breaks its own rules.
I feel like we started on a talk about if we believe in premonitions and stuff, and we've now moved on to spoiling every movie from 2005.
Well, I may not believe in psychics, but I could have predicted that would happen.
I knew this would go off the rails enough.
I knew it. I knew we weren't going to stay on topic.
Anybody want to know the international treasure? I'm crazy out here.
Hey, I'm holding back right now to going off on butterfly effect more, so,
Yeah,
Respect my
this is
restraint, please.
honestly the movie version of the air hockey conversation for listeners. This is this. I can only imagine if you really thought we were going to go somewhere interesting, and then we were like, yeah, but our movie idea.
No,
Someone watched our
not what we
worst
do here.
pitch meeting happen in real time right now.
Oh, I would love it if we did a pitch meeting where in the room we realize the movie we're pitching has already been made and we don't like it. Imagine that, like doing that, like at a conference table with studio execs, and then be like, "Oh no, wait, that's like next. Oh, that wasn't good. Never mind. Thanks for having us."
Yeah, I'm so sorry to take up literally any of your your day.
Now those Danishes out front are those for anyone or?
I find when you have to ask, they're not for you.
No, they're not. You got to be confident and take them.
People usually tell you when the Danishes are for you.
I don't know.
No, I've just never been to a place where I could have the Danishes and no one told me. Yeah. Any place that I've seen Danishes and then wondered if I could have one, I was not important enough to have a Danish.
I don't know. That sentence just tickled me. That was up there with either be a magnet or don't. It was just, it just had that same energy to it.
It's way too many words to put on a T-shirt, though.
It is, but whatever. I like cumbersome merch.
Is that the name of the company?
Yeah, that's my new merch company, Cumbersome Merch. We make T-shirts and stickers that are all just fucking heavy. Just everything. It's just hard to lug around. All the they're extra thick. You get real sweaty in them. Anyway,
What else
about
what were you
magic?
gonna say?
No, I was just gonna segue back into magic. What's up?
Oh no, just I did get a fortune cookie one time that predicted the next day that I had.
Really?
Yeah.
How so? What'd it say?
Okay, so the fortune cookie was, that esoteric language they all use and everything. So that was like, it was like you will.
I don't know if I'd call it. It's fake esoteric.
Sure, but it's still an attempt at the thing. Like,
no, for sure. It's trying to sound profound, but when you think about it for any amount of time, you go, "That's the most vague shit I've ever heard."
Yeah.
Anyway, let me see what my lucky numbers are.
It was like you will have to be more flexible than you've ever been before, which was like weirdly direct, right?
Because
it was also like
when you're eating Chinese food too, getting full, you don't want to think about I gotta limber up now.
Right?
I got the meat sweats. I'm gonna lay down after this. I gotta start stretching out my hammies. Shit. Am I about to get chased? Am I about to get chased right now? Tell me. You have to tell me, fortune cookie, if I'm about to get chased right now. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, just it was like you will have to be more flexible than you've ever been before, which is already like a real full sentence for a fortune cookie.
And
like
could
when
mean
I
a
broke
variety
it
of
open,
things.
Yeah, when I broke it open, I was like, this needs to be also on the back. You can't really fit this many words.
Yeah, I needed a deciphering on the back.
Yeah. And so, so then the next day, I realized that I had a date, and this particular date, I was supposed to cook at home for the date.
Okay.
Right? I forgot that up until like 2 hours before.
Wow, that's a big thing to forget there, bud.
Because in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I never asked where we were going to go. And then I looked through the text again. I'm like, oh no, it's here. And it's like, and I got to cook something like now.
So I'm assuming you offered it then.
Yeah.
And forgot that you offered to me. Because that shit would be on my mind ever since I offered it.
Yeah, but it had been like a week or something. And so then I was just looking like left and right nonstop for like different things that were already in the fridge, right? And nothing that could make a meal was there.
Yeah.
Nothing that it was nothing that wouldn't look like I learned to cook in prison.
Right. Yeah.
So then I had to run.
Prison spread.
Yeah, right. I had to run to the grocery store, and then was trying in the moment to decide what I was going to cook. So then I could have just gone with something easy like spaghetti, meatballs, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I was like, it didn't occur to me that I could just do something simple, because then in my mind, if I went too simple, it would look like I cooked up 2 TV dinners or something. So, I really wanted to like do something impressive. And so I settled on a chicken parm.
Okay.
Which already, not crazy. Not like, it's not a souffle, you know what I mean? But I was getting, the ingredients I was getting were too, like, I could have just bought the sauce, you know what I mean? Some cutlets, whatever. I still, in my mind, was like, it didn't occur to me that I could just simply buy the cutlets, bread them, heat them up, bake them, whatever, get the sauce ready, throw the sauce on, throw the cheese on. I went way back. I went like, I just bought a whole chicken.
And now I got to learn how to cut its head off and pluck the feathers.
Right. So I just bought this whole chicken. And then I didn't buy the sauce. I bought like tomatoes and basil and like pepper and like just like I passed the sauce to get this stuff.
Wow. So you, having completely forgotten that you were going to make dinner at home, you decided now's the time to learn how to make everything from scratch.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Because in my head, I was
I give you credit for the confidence. I give you.
It wasn't confidence. It was a panic.
Yeah. I was trying to dress it up for you, but I've never in a panic bought a whole chicken. What do I? Oh, I guess this. So I admire how unearned confident your panic attacks are.
And so I rushed back home, and luckily it's not like too far, but I've burned 30 minutes, so now I have an hour and a half, which already does not seem like enough time.
Doesn't leave a lot of room.
Yeah, to get this whole raw chicken in any form of edible. Without poisoning both of us.
Right. Wait, so did you decide to try to cook the whole chicken?
Yeah, in my mind, it was going to be quicker to cook the whole chicken than cut a piece off and cook it.
Obviously not. Fucking obviously not.
Because I also
so much faster to just cut a little piece off and cook that.
I thought the juices would flow better and stuff. I thought like...
Wow.
And so then I was trying to do so many things at one time. I was like grating the cheese, because I had bought a block of the like Parmesan cheese. So I was grating the cheese onto a cutting board, and then I was also chopping up the tomatoes and like dicing some onions, all the stuff. And then the chicken was like, right on the stove and everything.
Right.
And then I don't remember what I was trying to do that I had to move the chicken, but basically I was also trying to make this like appetizer that was also breaded. So maybe it was like mozzarella sticks or something. I was trying to make something that was like that also breaded.
Too. Jeez.
Yeah, this was a bad idea. And then I end up moving the chicken.
I'm now really glad that my panic attacks are I just kind of sit down and freak out for a while and don't decide to just plan a 3-course meal from scratch. I'm glad I panic differently.
3 courses, please. So anyway,
you already got apps in a whole chicken.
So anyway, I had to move the chicken to make more room, because the kitchen was not like a real kitchen. It's like a half kitchen. So then
Where was this at? Was this
It was in Chicago.
Was this your studio?
Oh
Or-
yeah. This
Okay.
is, and so then I move the chicken from the stove to the fridge, and the fridge
Right.
door is just staying open because I'm just in and out of it, like grabbing stuff, putting stuff back, everything. And then I am trying to. I'm trying to basically get these mozzarella sticks ready because in my mind, this is also very backwards. But in my mind, I was like, if I can at least get the mozzarella sticks done, I could always,
Yeah.
finish the mozzarella sticks and then be like, oh yeah, and I had a great follow up, but we're gonna have to order out, like, because at least there's something. You know what I mean? Take care of the easy stuff first, right? So then, as I'm moving the chicken, it's on a plate in the fridge, right? Fridge door is just open. I don't know what happened to make this happen, right? But it just starts to, maybe it was because of how I quickly placed it there, but it just starts to almost roll out of the off of the plate and out of the fridge.
Yeah.
And so then I make a jump to catch it because I'm like, this chicken cannot fall on the floor.
Right.
Like I'm already not making a good dinner. You know what I mean? And I've done all the stuff, like where you take the syringe and you put it in the chicken and stuff like that. Like I've already,
You're like,
what do you call it? Is it basting? What's it
it's
called?
basically, but like the way the hand signal, like your hands are so far apart in the miming you're doing, it looks like you're harpooning it.
Yeah, I was just shooting spices and stuff into the chicken.
What is this hand movement you're doing?
I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing then.
It looks like you're trying to line up a pool shot, but you've never played before. Like,
And so basically it starts to roll off of the plate and out of the
Right.
fridge. And so I make this move to catch it. So I catch it in my left hand and I'm leaning to keep standing where I am because I didn't jump for it to hit the ground because I felt like it would still either fall on my face and I would get like raw chicken in my eye or it would just hit the floor. So I'm holding the plate with the chicken on it. Then for whatever reason, once again, I cannot explain why this happened, but I think it was because as I was making the move to put the chicken in the fridge, I was also pulling the oven door down to put the mozzarella sticks in. So now I've got my chicken in my left hand extended out to one side, and the oven door is continuing to fall. Now, like I said, I've mentioned this in previous episodes about my studio. My studio was not made for people to live in. Okay, so if you pull the oven door all the way down, it like that is the kitchen. Like you now have to step over the oven door to like move around, right?
yeah.
So then
I think that's a lot of studios, a lot of small apartments that just have like here's a tiny kitchen. You can do one thing at a time.
Yeah, and so then I catch the oven door with my foot because I'm still trying to keep like room for myself in this general like kitchen area. And so I'm holding the mozzarella sticks in my right hand. I'm holding the raw chicken in my left hand, and I'm holding the oven door up halfway with my right foot. And then I thought to myself, wow, the fortune cookie was right. And then I
honestly
dropped all of it.
I forgot how this fucking started. I'm gonna be completely, and you just tried to blow past it. I'm just like, yep, I had to be very flexible. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I ended up dropping the chicken on the floor.
okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm now past sidekicks and fortune cookies and everything. How'd this date go?
I mean, not well. There was
Yeah.
nothing to eat.
Did you even get the mozzarella sticks done?
No, it looked really bad. It looked really bad. It looked like I shot a bunch of mozzarella sticks in the face. Because I don't know how they get mozzarella sticks to close.
Yeah.
Like mine just looked like two dry logs with all the mozzarella seeping out when I pulled it out of the oven.
Okay. You did breading around them and everything?
The breading was what held. So
Okay.
the breading was holding like a log, and then the mozzarella just seeped out, and it
Okay. Did you cover
Yeah.
the ends, or did you just roll it on the sides?
I don't remember what I did, but whatever I
Okay.
did was wrong.
I mean, I don't know why I'm asking. I don't really have notes to make it better. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. I mean, when I pulled
troubleshoot
it
this.
out, it was really bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you feel like you could have better heeded the fortune cookies warning? How do you feel like you could have used that warning of tomorrow you'll have to be more flexible than you ever have been?
I think I should have just ordered in and thrown all the takeout boxes away.
I should have just lied.
Yeah, 100%.
Is what I should have done.
Because now I bought a whole chicken, dropped it on the floor, and everything that I squeezed into it is just shooting out. It was like a firework.
Like a poultry water balloon.
Yeah, because it hit the ground too hard, so then it just exploded in my kitchen. So that's the other reason I didn't get anything else cooked, was because I spent that whole time that I had left cleaning up the walls and the floor, because I was like, even if I cook the most amazing chicken parm now, it's gonna smell like raw chicken juices all in my kitchen.
Oh, man. My favorite thing about doing this show is how we can start with any topic, of even starting with mysticism, the idea of premonitions and psychics, and it still ends with you just dropping shit.
I've never, I didn't even know a chicken could do that. Like, you would think the chicken had way more holes than the one that I was putting all the juices into.
Right.
Because it legit it was like someone put a stick of dynamite in it, because it, like, obviously it didn't explode where there was like a chicken wing over here and a thigh over there, but
Hey,
like,
if anyone would find a way to do it, it'd be you, bud.
but dude, when I tell you, I could swear that I dropped it from like maybe slightly above waist height. So it's not
Okay.
like I threw it down or like I was holding it up and it
Spiked
you know
it
what I mean?
in victory.
Yeah. And the way that it shot, like just turmeric and like chicken stock juices all over the drawers. Mm-hmm. Like my sink wasn't like I had to clean my sink because it, like, some of it like was it got everywhere. It got like in the fridge door because the fridge is still open. So now there's chicken juices. The fridge door. I was so angry. I was so upset because at the moment that I caught everything, I really felt like I was styling on life.
Right.
Because it's like, ooh, I caught the chicken. I got the mozzarella sticks. In my other hand, I got the oven door. Like, I felt like, I felt like a single dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Really, just doing it all,
But then
juggling all the responsibilities.
I dropped the chicken and got chicken juices on my knees, and then the mozzarella sticks burned out. Like they just leaked immediately.
Right.
And so then I just had a bunch of chopped tomatoes on a cutting board next to some Parmesan.
And a sheet of melted mozzarella.
Yeah. I didn't even have, like, if I had lettuce, I could have made like some sort of like caprese salad or something. But I didn't even have any lettuce. I didn't think to get any.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that settles the debate. Fortune cookies are real.
Yeah.
It's actual magic. He should have been more flexible. He needed to be. All right. Mystery solved, I think.
Yeah, if you ever get a fortune cookie that's like a whole sentence, you should burn it.
Yeah. Do you think that solves it, or just gets it out of your mind at least?
I would be interested in what burning a fortune from a fortune cookie would do.
Well, I mean, probably nothing, since they were just something invented by a guy in San Francisco. But and they have no ancient mysticism wrapped up in them at all.
Sure, but I'm just saying, maybe if I burned it, then, I would have been able to at least throw together some hot dogs.
Why, you think that would have made the date go better?
I think having
As if she
any
came
food
over to your
ready,
apartment?
any food prepared would have made it better.
I don't know. For me personally, I'd rather know someone screwed up trying to make something good than if I got there and they're like, yeah, I made hot dogs. And I'd be like,
Okay.
really?
Would you rather
Yeah.
have a hot dog or not eat? Those are your options at 7:00.
Well, no,
we can
okay.
always go somewhere.
Yeah. So we can always go somewhere. I'd rather do that than have apartment hot dogs with a person I'm trying to get to know.
How are apartment hot dogs worse than you said that like they're worse than like baseball stadium hot dogs?
When you're going to someone's apartment expecting dinner and that's what they have, that's just a letdown. Because you don't even have to like cook those.
Can I tell you though? Can I tell you right now? Just look, I'm just trying to be honest with you. Let me tell you right now.
Go ahead,
you sound a little bit like a gold digger. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Because I'm out here trying to do my best. Okay.
Yeah. And you're
I
throwing
told
chicken
you I bought
to the
whole
ground.
chicken. All right.
Yeah.
I already told you. So
yeah, you
all
bought the
that's
whole
left,
chicken. You had no idea what to do with it.
You know.
No, see, this is how you get and you do that, and you try to vamp to find something to say back because you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
No, you're not right.
You
though.
screwed up by buying a whole chicken and having no idea what to do with it. That's on you. That's your fault.
Look, all I'm saying is if I attempted to cook you a nice dinner, right? Then you want to come over to my place and scoff at my apartment hot dogs, as you call them.
I wouldn't scoff at them to your face. I'd eat the hot dogs and be polite, and then we'd never go on another date unless you were like
trifling.
Unless we really hit it off, Josh. We could really hit it off.
You're trifling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm out here doing my best. Okay. I hope you like your dry mozzarella sticks because apparently your standards, I can't meet them. So let me give you what I got, which was the crispy, burnt, breaded part of the dry mozzarella.
Mm-hmm. To go with my floor chicken.
Chew on that.
Yeah, you really got me, bud. You really dunked on me by making me eat the food you fucked up. You really got me. You really got me with that conclusion there, buddy. Yeah? Oh, you think you're so high and mighty? Eat this horrible thing I made. Yeah. You're a bad person. What does that even... I don't even know what you're trying to prove.
Yeah. No, in real life, the date was fine, especially after I explained what happened. It was funny because after I explained what happened... there was this moment where what you're talking about should have happened, where this person should have like scoffed at me and been like, wow, this guy does not have it together. But then maybe it was just the way that I described it. They acted like it happened to me. So then...
Were they like, I'm so sorry?
Yeah. Which is actually really nice of them.
That is really nice. No, and I'm not saying they should scoff at you and write you off. I'm just saying... You're going to start at a deficit if you invite somebody over for a nice dinner and then all you have is hot dogs. That's what I was trying to convey.
Can I tell you, though?
Yeah. Because there might be some people who got married because of that, because of bad apartment food.
Just this week, actually, my girlfriend went to go get a COVID test. And while she was getting her COVID test, it was like raining. And she was like had to stand in this line for a really long time, longer than it took me to vote, and it's pouring, and so it's like, man, if she doesn't have COVID, she's definitely gonna give me a cold because this is not good conditions to say you're about to go in a medical facility, right?
Right, yeah.
And so then she texted me and she was like, hey, do you want to start dinner for me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like I tried to play it off like cool, like, hey, it's okay, babe, I got you, And then immediately after she sent that text, I panicked and I was like, what did we even say we were going to have for dinner? So then I
bought a whole chicken. Anytime Josh panics in a grocery store, just this.
See, you trying to bring up old stuff.
Yeah, old shit that we covered minutes ago.
But then I started this curry, and I had watched her make the curry a handful of times, right? She's made it plenty of times, but I've only ever really paid attention a few times. And I tried to do it myself, and man, it was like, so basically she gets in the apartment, she's soaking wet. I feel so bad. And then she's like, have you started it? And in truth, it's almost finished, right? So it was wrapping up as she got back. But then I was like, listen, okay, I don't know if I burned the couscous or not. And I'm going to tell you, I started boiling the water, but the water won't boil right, okay? So then I tried to boil another pot of water, and then I just had to pour that out. So maybe I'm trying to boil too much water, okay? But I chopped up the carrots, chopped up potatoes, got sweet potatoes in there. I did everything I was supposed to do, but the curry won't act right. And then once again, she was like, oh, it'll be okay.
And then at that moment, the fridge just popped open and a chicken rolled out.
Yeah. Blood everywhere. Can you imagine? Because that was the thing. It took me so long to clean up all that chicken. Mm-hmm. Like, it would. That, like, even if there were specks of blood on me at the beginning of the day, just look, I know what it looks like, but it's chicken, I swear.
Yeah. Anyway, you just stay here. I'm going to go clean myself off. Here's a cookie sheet of cheese.
Yeah, I'm going to clean
Peel
myself
off whatever
off.
you want.
You just stay right there. You don't move, okay? You don't move because you might
don't
step
move.
in chicken juices.
Don't move.
And then she looks over in the corner, and there's just a chicken laying in the corner like it's been shot in the face.
Oh, I thought you meant the cooked chicken. Like, you didn't even pick it up. You just pushed it to the side to deal with later.
No, it wasn't a cooked chicken. It was raw.
Right.
Yeah.
Should have been more flexible.
Fuck you. Thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. If you want to follow us during the week when we're not doing the show, when we're just living our lives, you can find us what?
I just like that.
That's true.
I know, and I just like the explaining of, if you want to follow us, not at this moment, but if you want to know what we're doing aside from this. No, it was a good explanation. It just, I don't know, made me chuckle. Where can they find you, Josh?
You can find me on Instagram at Josh Johnson Comedy, on Twitter at Josh Johnson, Facebook at Josh J Comedy, and YouTube at Josh Johnson Comedy, where we are going to be posting full episodes of this very show.
Might
and if
even
you're
be
looking
this
for
one.
Logan,
Really depends. Really depends how Logan's editing goes. Maybe this is one. We'll find out. If you want to find me, I'm on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to email us here at the show, you can email joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. We're actually coming up this next week. We're trying something different. Instead of our Monday minisode, we're doing a little mailbag Monday. So we're actually going to be answering some emails and talking about some reviews there. We're going to try it. We're just going to see how it works as a separate thing. Because we're getting a lot of emails. We want to keep up with them and give you guys your credence, because we really, really appreciate you guys reaching out. We're continually amazed at how many people we get reaching out to us. And I'm going to say this one. We haven't mentioned this in a while, but our theme music is by Brad Kemp. He's a great music producer, and he's part of a hip-hop comedy group called Handsome Naked, and they have a new podcast that they just started. It's on YouTube. It's called Triple Teamed with Handsome Naked, and you can watch that. And eventually, I'm not sure when, but me and Josh are both in separate episodes, so you can find us there. But I wanted to give him a shout-out because his music's great, and it was a fun time. And now I'm going to be done talking.
should I stop recording?